helpless, defeated, holding on to something I've needed. I'm looking for a reason, finding all you're wanting a demon. Helpless, defeated, holding on to something I've needed. I'm looking for a reason, finding all you're wanting a demon. And you took it all away from me, and you took it all away.
four, three, two, one.
Welcome everyone to the new year 2024 day one, and we are already back at the Arena Esports with some amazing free fire action. Santa is here, who is going to be joining with me at this amazing broadcast. Arena Esports, powered by Etisalat, by AN, strategic partner AD Gaming, and broadcast partner Platonia. I am really excited to witness this amazing free fire action which awaits us on the other side. But with me joining in is going to be Santa, who is all dressed up here tonight. Santa, how are you feeling about today?
Hello, Apcon. Thank you so much for the amazing and warm welcome to the series. So I'm waiting for those boom bam action matches to happen in the world of Free Fire. Have to see how the games are going to be. Absolutely, one more time. New Year wishes to each and everyone who is watching. A quick request is to continue with us as long as possible, and we'll take a look at the proceedings in a little while and see how it's going to happen further, Apcon.
Exactly. I think there are going to be many teams that are going to be battling up against each other tonight. We have had three qualifiers throughout the entire year of 2023. And out of those three qualifiers, three of the teams have already made it in the grand finals, while
Mm-hmm.
four of them are still awaited in the playoffs. This is going to be the qualifiers flow four. This
True.
qualifier force consists of 15 teams, and we'll soon take a look after the teams, but it's going to be a very high stake for each and every one of them because all of these teams are going to be battling up against each other in five maps. The map
Yes.
rotations are also going to be coming pretty soon, and out of those five maps, any team that secures the number one position is going to bag the grand finale slot, and that grand finale is going to be completely massive, out of which, even if you are at the top four position, you still have a chance to go to the grand finals as you qualify for the playoff. But one of the danger zone for you is going to be the bottom 10 position. Out of 15, you cannot afford to be at the bottom 10, because if you happen to be at the below 10, that's the end of the year and the Arena Esports. And it's been like three qualifiers already. Teams at this point knows what at stake. Team at this point have tested each and everything. Now it's just to showcase their best potential and not to look back and like just think about their past mistakes. It's about to evolve and learn from what went wrong in the previous ones.
Absolutely well mentioned. And yes, you are correct when you said that, if you're in the bottom lane, it would be like really towards the end. When the high stakes games are there, obviously you'll have to go ahead for the deadliest action as much as possible and make sure that you are standing at top of the chart. And we'll be looking at the games and how teams are going to proceed further in a moment. Place it's 500, for the second it's 350, for the third 250, fourth 200, and moves on from there. Quickly taking a look at the roadmap. The monthly finals qualifier stages are happening, guys. From there we'll be moving towards playoffs, and that's what AppCon has mentioned a little while ago. And then there will be the grand final stage in which the teams would be going head on with each other. So we'll see how the days would proceed further, and which of these who amongst these 15 teams would be moving towards the playoffs and from there towards the grand final stage. Any of your favorite teams or any favorite map for you, AppCon?
I mean, I'm gonna be excited for each and every team. Like, it's their last chance to qualify. I wouldn't be keeping any of my favorite. But one thing that I definitely want to keep an eye out for
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be the new map of Alpine. We've been having some three classical maps lately,
Mm-hmm.
which were Bermuda, Purgatory, Kalahari. But now tonight is gonna be the fight over the five maps, and those maps are really gonna be pretty, interesting to watch out for. Starting things off, it's gonna be the map of Purgatory, which is going to be one of the most most massive map. This map consisting of three different islands, and all of these islands eventually is going to have its own ups and downs for each and every team. Either you go onto the mainland, you go onto the Gulf Coast Island, or maybe you go all the way down towards the Lumber Mill.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, let's take a look after the schedule. As I was talking, first map is going to be the map of Purgatory. Moving on to the second one, it's going to be the classical map of Bermuda, one of the most played. If you are a Free Fire fan,
Mm-hmm.
this map is surely an emotion for you. And then we move on all the way towards one single map, which will be played only for once. That's going to be Alpine.
Then proceeding further, one more time it'll be Purgatory and then Bermuda. I played a lot on Purgatory as much as I remember and played a few on Bermuda as well. Alpine would be the first time for me. Looking at the point system, guys, the first place, whichever team secures the top position will get 12 points. This will be according to each and every match separately. For the second, it's 9 and moving on. For the teams who are at 10th, it will be 1 and the rest would be like nothing. For every elimination, you'll be securing 1 point each. For sure, the teams would be looking for a lot of eliminations as well as the position points, and to stay amongst the top 10 in order to move further. And from there, we'll take a look. Now, talking about the teams, as I asked and mentioned, like many favorite teams here, the teams that are playing are FMEA, ARC team, Oris team, 7A9, then Black Cartel, Goats team, Jaguars, Hawks, Legend Max, NAKAZAKI-ES new squad, Raptors ship, TOPSTAR-PP and VIP. I'll be definitely looking for Hawks and Jaguars. Any of your teams, Apcon?
I'd love to look after each and every team. As I mentioned, like these are the teams. I'm sure we both are going to be, pretty excited to see which team actually clashes in the very early stages of the day. Like any team that is going to go up against each other in those first stages of the game in the final zone and are going to, be at the top of the table. It all starts with the first map. You take the lead, you get yourself the booyah. That's going to be the way that you are really going to get yourself on the top. Any team that actually falls back towards the starting two map, it's going to be a big pressure for them. It's going to be a lot and lot of stakes, and this tension between all of the team and their players are just going to increase from then on. But yeah, taking a look after all the teams, so we have Alpha Mia, we have Arc team, Oris team, then we have the side of Black Cartel, Go team, Jaguars, Hawk, Legend Max, NAKAZAKI-ES, VIP, TOPSTAR-PP, Shift, Raptors, New Squad, and none other than Back to Chess. So these are going to be the 15 teams that are going to be going up against each other. Five map is going to be awaited, and none of them can afford a loss here. Each and every team has made themselves up, given themselves the chance back to back in all of the three qualifiers, and tonight is going to be one final chance for all of these teams to make sure that they get themselves directly at the grand final. Only one condition is going to be coming up at the number one spot.
So we'll see who's would be at the top and who would be competing for the later stages and how the journey would proceed for them. It's a high stakes game, amazing prize pool here. Thank you to Arena Esports for organizing these, powered by Etisalat by END. Broadcast partner Platonia, and thank you so much for the strategic partner AD Esports. So Apcon, I'm definitely hugely excited about the game and how it's going to be through the stages and how the teams would be playing in the different maps, because certain teams would be like favoring certain maps and from there it would be a journey for them. Also, it's a kill, like few of the teams on few maps are really good at getting those eliminations done. So just it's a waiting game for us how the game would be. And talking about Free Fire, one of the favorite games for many of the esports fans here, have played a lot as well. So let's see how it's going to be for them.
Yep, it's going to be pretty exciting to watch out for. But yeah, one more thing that I would really, love to put a light on is going to be the exact points distribution that we have here. Like winning up a Booyah is going to help you secure 12 points. And with that being your lucky chance to get double digits in each and every game, you manage to come at the hashtag one position. That's a big jump in the points table, let me tell you. But does it mean that you have to completely play passively and not work much on those early duels, not work much on those early squad vibes? Because if you are playing pretty passively, if you are a team which loves to play for the time, which loves to play for the end circle, and somehow you don't manage to get the booyah, like getting the booyah, you surely have to eliminate and go and take up those fights. If you manage to bring yourself up at the top 3 top 4 position, that's just going to be a 7, 8, or 9 points at the maximum. That too, if you come at the runner up spot for the entire map, which means that any team that is willing to secure the most point, we're talking about the team that wants to come at the number one spot, they have to make sure that they focus on the elimination points. Now, elimination points are something that each and every eliminations you do, you are going to get the single point. But for now, the playing path is all set. New Year, first map, and it's going to be the map of Purgatory, where we will be hopping into. It's going to be a southern plane shift, which is going to put teams in a very interesting spot, especially to those who love to go all the way up towards the crossroad, and especially the blue zone, which is all the way towards the moat house. That is surely going to secure yourself some interesting loot. But let's see what's going to happen, because initially we are seeing some drop tensions and clashes happening towards the side of ski launch.
Ski launch, a most favored spot for the kills and to get the eliminations done. Few of the players unable to secure the weapons at this juncture, but a fantastic wall here created at this junction. Oh no, the first blood. There we go. The first kill and the second one with the melee. But the other player having the advantage a little bit goes for the kill, and the new kill leader being shipped. Getting these initial eliminations, as you have rightly mentioned while talking about the position points as well, this would give a huge leap for the team as well. Also, not to forget that, the initial fights would also boost your confidence a lot. There we go, getting the first job done. And with this, they'll be looking further for more kills. Now, will it be nearby the launch area or towards the forge becomes a big time question. The other teams are also going head on with each other. And AFCON seems as if this would be a deadlier kill here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in the very early stages of the game, we're already seeing some of those eliminations happen. Here we go. There's another shot. This time it's going to be Hawks, who is going to get themselves up in a very interesting spot. GT is going to manage to secure their first elimination right here, which means that's going to be the first point for them. But the teams that are going to be suffering at this point are surely going to be the ones who have already, taken a big loss for themselves. And that is going to be an interesting spot. That do they manage to now fall back? Do they now make a second thought for themselves? Is the loot going to be more important, or their revenge fired up to just claim those revenge rights from their teammates? NKS, meantime, are willing to go on for another brawl, as we see one of the players right up towards the floor. There is a revival being given. There are some recalls being given from the recall towers, which still keeps the hopes alive. But I'm worried about this one fight that's about to take place. It's going to be all the way about Flare, and he is all the way having just a micro Uzi. Nothing much to work on. He's just running for his life. 1 versus 3, but he gets taken down. That's the third elimination for the side of Team NKS. New squad looking to make a name for themselves, and already in the initial stages have secured 3 big elimination and have put Team Shift in a very tough spot.
Or is going for the kills here. They know for sure that behind the boundary wall they would be like getting 2 kills. Meanwhile, couple of the players under trouble. But the M40 now, the grenade launcher. Oh no! He has been taken higher off with that. Another kill leader on the streak. Couple of the teams are definitely going for the kill numbers here. So while the revival is happening, the zone is also here. They have to be slightly cautious with it, because even a little bit of damage would be deadlier for few of the players. VIP moving further. Now I have to see on the other corner of the map how Obito has taken care of this eliminations. Monster as well. Now with a shotty, okay, he got 2, I believe so. That's a fantastic 1v2. So in the map of Purgatory, the players so far have played amazingly. Down to the 14 teams and 40 players. Now amongst these 14 teams would be one team that would stand victorious. Lovely knock, man. That's what I've been waiting for and have done.
Exactly. And as we can see, there is going to be Team VIP, which is going to be right next to the corner. But Top Stars are going to be the one who will be eliminated, being one of the teams which have a real unfortunate exit. Now, until and unless you come at the top 10 position, you don't secure any position point. All you want to rely on are those early elimination, and if you have none, it's just a pretty bad scenario. Hog Esports, meantime, are completely surrounded by the side of Team VIP, it seems. And Team VIP Lexo gets taken down. An amazing shot right on the back of the shotgun. Sema goes for another one. That's 2 players taken down. Obito is also going to be down to his knees. It all comes down to one final player from the side of Team VIP. Can they really fall back to the recall top and get themselves the recall, which they really need? They need a redemption at this point in the first map. And if they take too long, Team Arc is definitely down to hunt them.
It's a real problematic scenario for one player first to evade the eliminating squad, and then, but no, here comes the knock. There goes the damage, and with that, very extremely low on health, just few more shots.
Oh, he gets the recall?
He did. If he did so, then it would be great. Yep, he did. He got the recall done. So most likely chances that no, he is not yet nearby the tower. So Hawks have the opportunity, and there we go, a team wipeout. Even upon, I was under the impression they was quite close by to the tower and got the revival done, the recall done for the team.
Exactly, but like that's indeed gonna be such a great try. I mean, at this point, you really gotta give props to the final player remaining. Kept himself up, kept the hopes alive, but a real tough spot for them. Nonetheless, four teams in fact, already eliminated off the boards. If there's another team elimination, we have each and every team that will at least secure themselves nothing but a position points. But for now, looking after the entire play zone, this is going to be one of those interesting ones where we have Brasilia at a spot that is going to be a very favorable, like a position for teams to hop on and secure the next play zone. The play zone is going to be pretty hybrid. It's not going to go all the way up towards a single island. It still might favor at least three or two. You can expect a golf course central and the Brasilia, like a play zone shift. But let's see how teams are initially going to react to that, because many of those teams have already lost their numbers. And looking after the teams that are now remaining, we have 11 teams with 36 players, which means that there are still three teams out there who are really going to be struggling up with their numbers advantage. Meantime, we have the side of Team Goats, which are going to be right around these shows. They're looking to make some movement out of the position which they have currently held themselves for. It's the first game. They have got the first elimination, but this is what I pretty much love. They're not getting over aggressive at point where you're just blindly rushing in and hunting down each and every team. You know that this is going to be a very competitive lobby. Things are not going to be that easy for you. And if they have secured a very early loot for themselves, they want to take it slow and steady. They want to make sure that they play for the circle. And as I mentioned, this is indeed going to be one of those hybrid circles which favors all three of these islands. But what's next is going to be awaited.
See, even I kind of assume for now that it would be a goal force kind of ending towards the outer regions where the bridge closes by towards the island, and that's where we'll see a huge kill zone. And the other factor is that there is still one recall tower available nearby the goal force. So even if the shift happens and in between while performing those rotations, those crucial rotations, if any of the players are down, they will be able to recall the players. That becomes a plus factor. But on the contrary, if it moves towards the central or towards the fire brigade, which is slightly not so possible as well, fire brigade kind of out of the region, but 3RB in between, seems as if, okay, there we go. The initial shot with that took a little bit of damage, but unfortunately, Bibu also in the trouble. Slightly gets the angle done, and with that, AMR moving further. The glue wall is not going to defend you for long, and with that, kills. Elimination after the elimination. 4 eliminations so far. Now, the thing is, they have to recall their down the player. Another clean seat fight.
Oh my god, 3 recalls.
True.
Just in a minute. That's epic, if you ask me.
True.
And I think that's a redemption.
But just now, these players are getting back in action now. If at all they land nearby their kill box, they would be able to get the loot done. But meanwhile, let's take a look at 3RB going for another kill streak. Probably they may get started from behind, and that's what happened as well. That was slightly unexpected. I felt as if they would get surprised here, and that's what happened. Getting the double kill done, and there we go. The 4th elimination under their name. Also, the other players are under trouble so far. Oris, I think, this compound would get easily conquered by their opponents.
I mean, Raptors completely have surprised the side of none other than New Scott. But as we see, Team Mark is going to be under a very big impression to get completely devastated by the side of Oris. But Oris, one of the players which is going to be Nimod, gets taken down. 7 eliminations already for the side of Team Mark, and they look to be unstoppable. A killing streak on for the side of Player Spa, and he is just looking to go for more and more. 8th elimination confirmed. 11 teams still awaited, and teams are still heavily relying on those numbers advantage which they have. Meantime, another team, which is going to be 7A9, are going to get a complete team recall. This is going to be a pretty interesting spot, because all of a sudden, It was just 5 minutes back that I mentioned we have 11 team and 36 players.
Yep.
But now we are back with 40 players already. We are moving in for the fourth zone and teams are completely jam-packed here. As safety meantime are going to fall 2 players short. 2 versus 4 remaining. But nonetheless, Nakazaki are just all the way around them. Raptors still trying to make sure that they confirm each and every elimination. Freda is going to be asking for a revival there. Seventh elimination is indeed confirmed, but they are going to be down to only one single opponent against them. If they manage to get that, I think that could be a real go. But look at the minimap. In the minimap, we have 2 of the players who will be just going up against each other, which is going to give a big clean shot. And yes, it's going to be Nimod who falls short. Haraj, meantime, wants to go inside the circle, but does he realizes that Hawks is already in 7A9? Just a minute back that they recovered from their own recall, are still falling short with all of those healing barriers, with all of those rifles. And now as team 7A9 wants to move inside the circle, it's going to cost one of the players, and that's going to go down towards Team Hawks.
Hawks already with 4 eliminations, going for kill after the one after the other kill. But 7A9 still taking shelter under the lower regions, but they are inside the play circle. Now that becomes a little bit of advantage. Hawks meanwhile getting a little bit surprised. I think so that they will get the kill done here, but VIP moving into the location, getting one more back-to-back eliminations from VIP Hawk. With that, he has an amazing opportunity to get one more. Oh, lovely takedowns with the sniper shots. Now, Purgatory map as known and executed properly, man. Lovely sniper shots, Afton.
Those were some beautiful shots being taken away, and that entirely puts so much pressure for the entire team out here. Nonetheless, let's see how these top 10 teams, after coming in the top position, are going to manage to really come in. CJ15 completely going out of the brawl here for the side of Evo, and Evo is still wanting to look for some more damage. Now let's see how long could this damage entirely favor his side, as some retaliation shots indeed being fired. JDL is going to take another player down from the side of Team Arc. VIP with the 10th finish, and that's going to be a team elimination for the side of Arc Esports. Team VIP up and beyond, 10 finishes for them, and that's going to be a complete double-digit points already. While the teams are still struggling to come at the top 7 position, Legend Max is going to get instantly elimination. Hawks are going to be the one who will secure the top 6 spot. Jaguars is also going to be eliminated with only 4 eliminations on their bag. We are down to the final circles, and in the top 6 teams, Team Hawks have already secured 5 elimination, but VIP, they are the one who currently look unstoppable.
Also, AppCon, my prediction is going correct here. I mentioned that, it would be closing nearby to the golf course area and over the bridges. Here we go. The fight nearby the shorelines is about to be done, and on the other corner, or is slightly under trouble, gets the 3 crucial eliminations here. Slightly low on the elimination numbers, but still, they have the position points reaching down to #6. Now, also, they have the ability to, they have the cover here, the hard cover, where on the other corner, 7A9 slightly onto the open areas. So that could become a bit of disadvantage. Not to mention the sniper takedown, the tower. Oh, I thought that he was able to get the shot done with the shot T, but no. While the grenade helped him out a little bit, when you have an SMG in hand and on the close range, it will be easy. And Hawks Cabis getting the job done, getting the 6th elimination for the team here, down to #5AppCon.
Cabis is going to be one final player remaining. The trade did cost him his own teammate, but now we are down to the final 5 teams. And this is going to put everyone in a very interesting spot.
Nice.
VIP, who are having their numbers advantage, just lost 2 players, and now it all comes down to these long range fights which they are willing to take forward. If they want to move on to this entire bridge, Hawks Cabist could be their one problem maker, and you surely want to make sure that you kind of avoid these situations which you are going to find yourself in, especially while moving to the final circles. Scar into the hands of Emma. Let's see if we could really bring the most out of it. Meantime, as I can see, we do have a heal sniper too, which could mean pretty deadly at this point. An M2B, one of the rifle, a double M2B, let me ask you, because this double M2B is the meta that entirely, penetrates the glue wall and gets the job done. So that's one of the most interesting ones. But Oris this time seems to be that 5th spot is all they have for themselves. A nade is going to take down his teammate, and Seamogs is going to be one final player remaining. is looking to be hunted down by the side of Team New Squad. But out of the zone, he's going to go for the
Ooh.
healing battle. How long could he survive is a big question. Is almost barely surviving in few HP, and with that, he's still not taken down. This guy's fighting up against all odds, but finally, Oris is going to be the one who will get the #5 position for themselves. VIP, meantime, Hawk having the M2B, the double M2B in his hand, is going to be struggling outside of the play zone. And just right next to him is going to be Camus, who will be just prone down. Seems to be that the chicken dinner could be destined for the side of Team Hawks. But is this going to be a clean, walkover for them? As one final player, Camus is going to be remaining. He gets traded, and that's going to be the final fight for top 3.
The top 3 positions, team going head on with each other, down to the last 8 players, while the glue wall is defending up a little bit. No, he gets eliminated. The quick shutdown. Goats team going for the victory. They are 4-man strong. They know the remaining players' positions as well. With that grenade, that should be a huge splash damage, but no. The glue wall rescues them a little bit, defends them, and not taking the damage. Goats team down to their 2 crucial players with full health, and 1 down just now. Moves to second. It's all up to these few players. It's a chaotic scenario for sure, and a triple kill and the booyah. Oh, just like the name has gone. Goats team, the goats of the game.
Exactly, and the way I think team none other than Nakazaki put up such a great fight by through the entire game. It was really an epic scenario to watch. And Team Gold Esports, not just that they have really won the first game as a booyah, but they have also came all the way up with massive number of elimination. Like we are talking double digits here, not just in the kill points, but also in your positioning department. Now, when you total that up entirely, it's going to be a big number, as it's going to be a big lead. That is a head start which any team needs at this point if you're willing to be all the way up at the number 1 spot. But Goat's team, this was just the first game. Many of the team, they were looking pretty dangerous, even if they didn't had the entire roster alive with them, even if they didn't had all the 4 players alive. There were many such team. Talk about the side of Cabis, which was from the side of Team Hawk Esports. Talk about Team VIP. These teams having only 1 and 2 players were looking as deadly as ever to survive all the way till the end circles and try to get the booyah for themselves. But in the end, one thing which was by the side of Team Goat team was their entire team being alive with the 4-man stack and entirely playing as a team as a whole and winning it all in the first game.
It's all up to the team coordination, and Goats team Goats definitely they have coordinated it extremely well. And somewhere down the line, I was quite under the impression that they may get the booyah done. But at the same time, while the circle moved from top of the bridge towards the lower regions, that also kind of gave them a bit of advantage. So there as well, the manner with which they have positioned themselves gave them a huge advantage to move towards the victory while taking care of those back-to-back eliminations. Now, not to forget about the last moments where, all 3 teams came, all 4 teams, as a matter of fact, with either 1 or 2 players, but Team Goats with all 4 players intact, they had the manpower, they had the coordination in place, and with that, it was an easy peasy victory towards the end. Now, the first map is done, guys, and we already saw an amazing victory. Upon, if I'm not wrong, it should be either 20 plus points for Team Goats.
Exactly. I mean, that's going to be a big number to ask for. And talk about these early brawls which were eventually, being taken place. I love the way how Team Arc Esports actually recovered from those initial stages, while New Squad were the one. Once you have the team elimination, it's all over. And just after that, even I feel Team Horus were the one who eventually fall short in the numbers advantage. But thanks to the recall tower, they were able to really give the reward to each and every player. VIP, this was a hawk show entirely in the first game. What these beautiful shots from the M2B from the side of Hawk, completely taking so many players on. I think he at least found half a dozen of kills here entirely all by himself. Moving down to the final circles, it was something which was really unexpected for you to go off the shores and entirely then come near to the bridges and get yourself up in a very tough spot. Team Hawk, they have the numbers advantage unless they fall short to the player, which happened to just camp through the sniper towers and take the trade. And in the final fights, where it was the side of Nakazaki going up against none other than Team Gold Esports, It was a close one, but they got the job done and they got the first year on the name. As we spoke about, this is going to be a matter of time that what is going to be the total score line for them. 12 points for them is just going to be on the back of those placement point, but when it comes down to those skills, I think that's going to add additional numbers for them to at least get a lead of 5 to 10 points from what the second team has to offer.
12 points for the position, 1 point each for the elimination. So that's where, somewhere we can round it up and say that easily it would be 20 plus for sure. Now, that's the first match of the day that has concluded. We have four more. Now, we'll be waiting for the second match and how it's going to happen in the map of Bermuda. One more favorite map for almost every Free Fire player. Even I like a lot about the colorful nature of the map and how the teams would take advantages of those regions. Now, I have to keep in mind certain regions would be a bit difficult while trying to take cover. If you're slightly over the open regions, that may kind of cause a bit of disadvantage for the team. So, keeping all those things in mind, teams would definitely keep their rotations moving further. Now, any predictions for flight path from your end?
I mean, you gotta stop asking prediction from my side. Like that's gonna be the last thing I really want to hear today, because this is gonna be an entirely, set of new and amazing teams which
Okay.
we are getting to witness. So it's something that I really want to keep up, to all them. But yeah, as we were talking about Team Goats, 10 eliminations, and they already have like 22 points in one match. 22 points in the first game, it's already a benchmark. Moving on to the second one, we have the side of Team Nakazaki's, which were all the way up towards the top two spot. They might have the same kill points, but the difference of 3 point comes down from being at the number one and the number two spot. VIP are going to be the one who will be backing 18 points.
Mhm.
They too had 10 points. So top three teams, all of them having double digits in their points table, and all of them actually having the same kill points is what surprises me more.
For the top three teams, it's only a difference of either 1 or 2 points. Now, between Goats team and Nakazaki, it's a difference of three. But look at Hawks and VIP, 5 points difference. And from there on, it kind of incremented. Now, for the teams that are in a single digit number, they have to really work hard to gain the numbers done in order to climb up the scoreboard, because that's where the higher prize pool amount would be, and to maintain the league as well. We'll be definitely looking further for Gold's team, Nakazaki's VIP, Hawks, and Team 7A9, and how they would be, keeping their top positions intact in the later stages of the matches. But the first match, as expected, an explosive one, and has been quite entertaining as well. I hope that whoever is watching, even they have enjoyed it a lot. All that we ask you to do is to keep following the channel and on our socials so that you'll get notified about the future events as well. Now, that's the first match that has concluded APCON, and yep, keeping in mind that I'll stop asking you the predictions because it would be slightly chaotic and it could happen the other way around as well. Arena Esports powered by Etisalat by END. So our broadcast partner Platonia, and thank you to AD Esports as well. So that's the first match happened, and any other points which you would like to highlight about the prior match?
I think first game was just the start. It's just the beginning for all of these teams to warm up for themselves, to get themselves in the zone and get ready for what awaits us in the next four set of map. Up next is going to be the map of Bermuda, and I'm really going to be excited to see how this map is entirely going to pan out. Bermuda is going to be one of those maps which is going to be one of the most classical ones. You have these these amazing a set of Santosha Island. Then you have the mid side, which is going to be more, uniquely based when it comes down to these early fights. And
Mhm.
I feel whenever that's going to be the case, teams are surely going to go up to fight up against each other. There have been many circumstances that teams actually love the way how Team Bermuda is said to be one of those very balanced maps. We saw how Purgatory eventually panned out. There were instincts where you had these long range fight where a player like Hawk really, like step up with the M2B. But now when it comes down to Bermuda, it's really going to beat these close range fight. Your util game and your abilities are going to play a pretty close role. And especially when it comes down to having those balance which you want to keep on, not just on your kill points, but also get the position out of it as well. What one more interesting thing what we noticed from the entire game one was that there were no team that actually fall short with 0 points. Every one of those teams made sure that they're securing at least 1 point, and I mean, that's really good. There's none of the team which had zero elimination. And that's the last thing you expect coming down to this playoff or the qualifier stage. That after each and every, differences, and after each and every journey which you have been through since the qualifier one, coming down to the fourth qualifiers, your first game completely defines what's going to be the next of the roadmap for you for the entire day. If you have a big head start like the way it is for the side of Team Gold Esports, the way it is for the side of Team Nakazaki, they really have not the level of pressure which they expected to be if they would have fallen short being the number one team who would have eliminated. Because for them, the target is only to remain at the top three position or to come at the top one. Even if they don't come at the top one position, the minimal, securing themselves nothing but the playoff, initial stages. But nonetheless, we are going to go hop on all the way up towards the map of Bermuda, where we have this interesting plane path, starts all the way from the side of Kraton, goes all the way towards Hangar. And as we were talking about these drop clashes, Cape Town seems to be those center of attention, while some of the team still looking to go all the way towards the side of Pochinok. But the play zone is going to be a central shift, so all the teams which are on the outskirts of the circle have to make sure that they get themselves the loot and get towards the circle as soon as possible.
That's true, and let's take a look at the fights that are going further, getting those initial frags here. A quick eliminations, already getting a one elimination point here. Not going for the persons who have been knocked out, but trying to go for the remaining kills. Now the heal at this juncture kind of becomes crucial, and take a look. Oh, that's a third party as well. Kota Tua becomes the kill ground here. A quick rotation for the rest of the kills to be secured. Alpha on the other corner, they are continuing the loot. Doesn't look like there would be any other drop clash, but I see a quick rotation happening. But no, Bimasaki Strip as well becomes a hot region. And even on the Santos regions, there are few fights which could occur shortly. But those the double cut or the double revolver Bimasaki Strip. Now the drone in place, now that's kind of causing a little bit of chaotic movements as well. But knows for sure that as soon as you move further, you have to create a breach here and getting the job done. Meanwhile, dropping down, I think he got the kill done.
Completely, but Team Arc are going to be the one who will be coming back right up with the recall. Alpha, meantime, Apecom is going to be taking down Ghazi, still up there to give the cover fire, but it seems to be as if it's going to be a very difficult fight. This fight is going to be either the side, it's going to be in either, like one of these teams are going to be coming up on top, and it seems to be the Team Backpack is going to go down all the way up towards the team elimination. Two teams already being eliminated. The first one being none other than the side of New Squad. And I guess just being around the corner, SFT is going to be the one who will be up against them. The curve fire and the revival being instantly there, but Monster, who is just having a pixel HP, does manage to put up a big fight, but is going to get taken down, and the confirmation of the kill is indeed going to come in. Shift, meantime, are looking to go on a kill streak. Hawks are going to find themselves in a very pen spot. Arachi is going to be one fun player remaining from the side of none other than Team Hawks, and he is going to go up against a 1 versus 3 clutch. If he manages to keep himself alive, he still has a chance to recall his entire team, but I don't think that's going to be the case. He is going to get taken down, and Team Hawks, that's the end of them. That's a very sad ending for them after this great game which they had in the very first map. I think they had 6 elimination. They were at the top 4 spot, and in the second map itself, see how the entire momentum completely changes against you. An early elimination, which means very less points which they will be able to gather. Team Arc Esports, meantime, are going to get themselves up against the side of none other than Team Mode for one more time. And this time, I don't think that this is going to be an easy draw for them. Modrim is going to take first player, but there comes the trade. Modern gets taken down from the side of black. It's going to be yet another player, which is going to be Redimo. And that's a triple kill for the side of Modern. He goes
Ooh.
for the fourth. And I don't know how is that not yet a team elimination. But nonetheless, they have secured some pretty good numbers here.
Ooh.
Go Esports. Go team. The team which is all the way up towards the number one spot are going to be once again in one of the most unexpected positions possible. I mean, the first game which we have witnessed, Santa, it feels that the second game is just a reverse of it. It seems to be that all the team have just woken up to take the revenge from all the teams which are at the top four standings.
It definitely felt as if, it's a huge retaliation of the first match and kind of facing the situations here. But team goes not to, worry at this juncture. We still have one player surviving the attack. So there is a huge possibility for the entire team to be recalled back. But legs in between, if they continue the gatekeeping kind of scenarios, I believe it would be troublesome. But look at the attack and one elimination more. There we go. The damage is definitely huge, but continuing under the regions would not be fruitful for the team. They have to move further. Now taking an inhale here for the adrenaline, but no, he gets down with the fantastic headshot. Now top moving further with 6 eliminations, going for the 7. There's a new kill leader on the board here. Gets the job done. Those eliminations were required for this team in order to climb up the scoreboard as well. We'll look more for those fights and also for team votes and the rest of the matches. But for now, Raptor getting for the 6th kill. They have a very good cover here, APCON. But the thing is, the rotation from the opponent corner and they are facing off the attack from 2 regions. I think there should be a third team as well who are going to move in shortly. The glue wall not gonna provide a lot of cover here, but the heal has been done and they have defended the compound for a moment. But the 2 players remaining kind of become losing a little bit. Have to see if they can conquer the situation. Now the breach one more time, the blue wall is gonna be broken, and with that, will they get the kill done? There we go. The damage is here for now, and still, the moving further kind of becomes a bit of a tricky situation for the team. They also have to get the heal done, or at the same time, they have to revive their teammate, but the attack moving further, not leaving it done. As soon as they have revived themselves, going for the elimination, quick more takedowns, but they lost 2. Down to the 2 players who have to be recalled. Water moving further. And the kill leader, Raptors. Just like the name, a quadra kill. I kind of thought so that APCON, he might fall short a little bit, but no, he got the job done for the team.
And it's Team NAKAZAKI-ES.
Yep.
The team who had their names up to be one of the most, eliminations. The team which had one of the most elimination after the first game are the one who have entirely being eliminated. Celtics are going to give themselves another chance. And I think there are 2 teams here who have really bought their entire lineup up. 11 teams and 44 players, which means each and every team here have each and every player alive. But that's not going to be for too long, as we see already an elimination and the kill confirmation being there. Or is the kills are just falling for themselves. The points are just falling through the skies, and they are all ready to claim it. 3 knocks already, and they want to get the final one before they go on for another recall. But this seems to be just a jackpot. The team all is down there towards the clock tower. Nimod already looking to make sure that he confirms his knock. Meantime, our team is going to go up and is getting chased by one of the team. And I think that's going to be none other than Raptors. Because Raptors have been the team who just eliminated one of the toppest team. It's just 7 minutes inside the game. This team has one of the most eliminations already that a team has done in the entire map. It's just half the map which has completely been done. 11 elimination for the side of Team Raptors, and they look unstoppable.
See, in the last match, they didn't have that good of a time, so they're trying to compensate for the same. And right now, SFT is moving into position. They know for sure that they have to continue the cover, and the quick scope in and scope out, getting the kills done for them. They secured one, going for the second, and if this chase ensues a little more time, there could be a possible chance of a third-party kind of scenario occurring here. But Pochinok, there are 2 more teams approaching from the eastern corner, if I'm not wrong, if the rotation is still there. Otherwise, if they fall back a little bit, that also would be fruitful for the same team. Raptors for now, 11 eliminations, that too taking care of 2 deadly teams, APCON. It has been a fight between the Titans, I would say, and they are trying to get this 12th kill in the same region.
Team Raptors, I think in the first map they had 7 points, and just being this level of share domination in the initial stages of the game just gives them entirely so much confidence. But well, some M2B action back from the side of Team DS, and it's going to be Team Arc who will be falling short. Oh, look at these shots from the side of Tronics. Team Esports, they wanted to make sure that they get themselves as many eliminations as possible. As we can already see, they're up with the 8th elimination. As the timer hits to 10 minutes, the recall tower is going to go down, and for the second time, it's going to be Cells who will get another recall done for themselves. 10 seconds more remaining, and once these 10 seconds is done, I think it's going to be all over for most of the teams who have lost their numbers advantage. 11 teams, 42 players, and this is where the real game begins. You cannot afford to have those losses. You cannot afford to have those casualties. And if you do get, be lucky that you have any vending machine nearby to use those tokens and get the most out of it. Meanwhile, Hawk once again using his M2B to its best of its capabilities, and he has taken down the players from Team Raptors. So, I think Team VIP versus Team Raptors is going to be a fight to initially watch out for.
As well as the zone is slightly moving towards the center regions of the map. I thought so that it could be a western ending, but it's favoring nearby the center regions, nearby the peak and so on. I have been waiting for this kind of map ending as well. While peak becomes a corner area, but the fights and 3 teams are about to face off each other. On the other corner, VIP moving further, they know for sure that they have to continue the dominance, but they may get surrounded a little bit from the other corner. Not surrounded exactly, but that would be a huge flank. Now, a problematic scenario occurred for SFT. They cannot directly move further. They are getting flanked and being taken down, or is under slight bit of trouble with the 2 players remaining. That's a fantastic grenade. That's a huge splash damage. VIP gets a kill here. Moving for the... Oh no! Ego gets the second one, and it's a bloodbath, and the entire team goes down. VIP for the win here with 6 crucial eliminations. But Afcon, the fight is not yet over. Another team is about to approach the compound, and fight ends.
Third party being initiated, but what a play from the side of GDL. He alone took so many players there, but nonetheless, Team VIP seems to be in a very tough spot right now, as they are completely getting annihilated from the side of none other than Team Black Cartels. Team Black Cartels are here for revenge. They're here to make sure that they can increase those chances of eliminations, but do they have a safe spot to do so? Because they have a pretty good location when it comes down to being inside the zone. VIPs are going to be a pretty deadly opponents you don't want to fight off in these very early stages. With the M2B, it's going to be Hawk who still will be awaited. But the numbers advantage is what's going to put themselves in a back position. And Team Black Cartels look to fall back, take care of the lurk first, and then maybe go for all the 2 players which are remaining down the reach. But what's going to be the call from the side of Team VIP here? Team VIP have to go all the way towards the opposite side just to make sure that they get themselves inside the circle. Meantime, 7 teams remaining. What is going to get a quad kill? The rain of grenades just goes on as GDL is going to be forced down to fall back with the glue walls. Slowly, steadily, they will be moving in, but SFT is down to 1 final player. That's going to be all down to JR, and he is completely getting taken down. It's the side of Black Cartel who will take down VIPs, and this time it's all the elimination points that they get. JR also gets taken down, and that's Team Shift who will be down at the 6th spot. We have the top 5 teams, and our Esports still looks promising with their numbers advantage, strong with 4.
Oh, that's a wild move. Moving on. I mean, even the zone kind of shifted in a manner with which even the players could not anticipate. Now it's a total open area. Whoever has good number of glue walls will be able to defend the team. Fantastic glue wall deployed by Spec. Otherwise, while healing, the team member could have been eliminated there. With 4-man squad strong, Arc will have huge advantage here. They already have 9 eliminations under their name. Have to see who would be able to secure the further positions. Down to the last 5 teams and 14 players. Now here we go. The numbers would decrease. Another team by with that. Alpha MEA out of the match for now. Now next Alpha going for the kills. I said the other way around. Arc trying to revive the players, but no, in between they face some more casualties. But not to forget good, how deadlier they are. Down to the last three teams at 10 players. Good glue wall so far, and that's a nice strategy, trying to climb on top of the shoulders of your player. Now, all three teams on three different regions. But the problem is here, it's an entirely open area, and already the fight beginning between the other two teams, and it could be a third party kind of scenario as well. Alpha with 10 eliminations.
Exactly. I think top three teams, we have the side of Black Cartel, we have the side of Team Alpha, and that's going to be Team Arc, which is going to be all the way up with the three players advantage. It's going to be down to a 4 versus 2 versus 3 scenario. Now, the team with 4, it's going to be the side of Black Cartel, and the team with the least numbers advantage is going to be Team Alpha, but they do have 10 elimination. At this point, they have the confidence and they have some of the explosive firepower, which one would expect, especially in the name of Team Alpha, Jade, and Remind. Black Cartel with 7 eliminations, they want to have nothing but the booyah here because they already have the play circle by their side. Only one team which could put them in a tough spot is going to be the side of RDM to be looking to put some connection towards the players. Blue wall is all Team Alpha have, but they kind of vanish away to another vantage point just to make sure that they are able to reposition and get themselves in a secure position. But it seems to be that Arena Esports just around the corner are here to make things more worse. A good dash from the side of Black as he gets the first knock. Arc is going to be taken down to one more player. Black and Spizo are the only two players remaining. It's going to be Arc versus the side of Team Black Cartel. And Black Cartel so far are unstoppable. Sp7 doesn't want to give his kill, but Triple denies him, and that's the booyah for none other than Black Cartel, who are going to come up on top. Massive number of finishes, and with that, they will also manage to get their first booyah for the day in the very second map of Bermuda.
And one more amazing match, and Black Cartel standing victorious. Prior match was not so great for the team. Now this particular match has definitely compensated them, and this would also, boost them a lot in the scoreboard. Now the map kind of favored them, as we have been discussing about the maps. We mentioned so that couple of the teams are extremely well in certain regions, and there we go. Black Cartel coming up victorious in the second match, while Team Goats secure the first one. Two amazing deadly matches. Now, the third one will become even more crucial for certain teams who are on the lower stages of the scoreboard. For Alpine, they have to strategize much better manner in order to climb up. But talking about this particular game, while Arc tried their best of the best, they fell short a little bit. Hawks from the other corner, even they played extremely well. But while you're facing off the deadlier opponents, you have to come up with a better strategy, and kind of fell short a little bit. Not to forget about the play and the strategy that they have deployed. It kind of went in their favor, but somewhere down the line, the opponent teams were much better with this strategy upon.
Exactly. I think there were many teams, that completely happened to come up on top and surprise us. You talk about Team Arc, I think they're the only team which were there in the top 6 in the previous map, and they came at the top 3 again in this map. I think when we talk about consistency from all of those teams which were at the top 6 spot, there's only one name that stands strong, and that's going to be the side of Team Arc. If we talk about all the other teams, we have the side of none other than Team New Squad, who once again managed to get an early elimination for themselves. If we talk about Black Cartels, I think they had 3 points after the entire map one. And talking about this map, fast forward to what happened after the game two, they went completely on a streak. And I think it's not just them, it's even the side of Team Alpha. With only 2 players alive, they were able to really come up on top. But let's take a look after the entire highlight and let's see which were those early clashes which led to teams from the bottom give a comeback instantly after the second game and keep their hopes alive to remain at the top positions when we get to see the overall scorecard. Raptors were looking pretty promising, but not for too long, as the third party did hunt them down and was one of their worst nightmares for today.
I kind of felt as if they would be able to, come out of the situation victorious, but it went the other way around. And the followed up kills, there were also few free kills here while the players were respawning right when the parachutes opened, that's where they took care of the shots, and that also added on. I kind of felt as if the map would end nearby the peak region, but it favored towards the other side of the peak, and it then totally shifted in a wild manner to the open regions where you have to cover yourself only with the glue walls. While the teams tried their best of the best, but those MA2B shots followed with those bombardment of the grenades, they had to be flushed out. And there we go, the final takedowns, and which led towards the victory of the team. With that, look at the beautiful shots deployed. While there was a couple of grenades which could have defended, but this damage was so huge, man. Didn't leave any chance. Now, the next match would be in the map of Alpine. I'm kind of waiting for this map for quite some time, and this would be the first ever match where we have to see in the international regions and how the players would be performing in these zones as well. The river mouth area is kind of a region where there could be huge number of kills. Not to forget the forest red and the other places. But river mouth, it's kind of a strategical spot where you, while you're trying to cross the bridge. Same is the case with ocean view as well. Now, all these could be witnessed during the play and how the rotations would happen, because that's where the numbers would differentiate, and the teams have to perform slightly in a different manner. Now, if it goes towards the eastern regions and if it favors the dark area, that would be a total different scenario, Afcon.
And I want to take a look after how the numbers are going to now look like. Okay, Team Raptors, they have not even won the Booyah. I'm just telling you,
Mm-hmm.
they actually came at the fifth spot, is what I remember from the last time. And I don't think it was the fifth, I think it was the fourth spot. They were eliminated right before we got a top three,
Hmm.
and they still have 16 total points of kills. I mean, that's miraculous. Black Cartel were the one who won the Booyah and are down to 21 points, which is still a massive number, if you ask me. But 9 kill points kind of, just even things up with the start of Team Arc. Team Arc previously at the sixth spot had 10 points for them. So in the overall board, I think that's going to be a pretty big jump for the Raptors. Have really came up on top after nowhere, and even after not winning a Booyah, if you are all the way at the hashtag one, that's a big thing. But one of the biggest climb I think is going to be for the side of Alpha Mia. Alpha Mia is going to be one of the team who were the first one to get eliminated in the first game, and now they have 18 points. Team Shift once again coming at the top six position, and same goes for the side of Jaguar. While
Hmm.
Topstar VIP manages to barely come in the double digits, we have many of those top teams who are looking to be at the bottom five position. Some of
True.
them being the side of Team Goat, which were really unexpected. And taking a look after the overall standing, thank God that we did had a Booyah for the side of Team Goat, that they still remain at the top four spot. But after the first two games, we have already seen what these total, like points could do when it comes down to one bad game. One bad game, and you have already lost your throne. While the consistency of our team, as I mentioned, first game they were sixth, and for the second game they were all the way up towards the top three, top four spot.
Hmm.
That consistency led them to be at the number one spot currently.
Also, look at the kill points. Raptors have the highest kill points while they are at hashtag 2, but they with the 23 kill points. Now, if the same would continue on the rest of the matches as well, it will not be difficult for them at all to grab the top position. Arctame for sure, with good kill points as well as position points, have stood tall at number one. VIP, then followed by Team Goats. I kind of fell a little bad for the team that they got eliminated right in the beginning. It was definitely a revenge moment for the other teams where they kind of, as soon as they realized that there's that team that has stood number one, they have eliminated them and moved further into the game. Black Turtle, with the second game victory, gave them the position point. I mean, on the overall scoreboard at hashtag 5, followed by Nakazaki's Jaguars. I'm still waiting for Hawks and Topstar to perform extremely well during the next stages. So is the case with 7A9 Legend and New Squad. If you are falling short and you are staying further towards the point table between 10 and 15, it will become slightly difficult for you these teams to climb top and secure a better position on the scoreboard. So definitely would be a deadlier match compared to the prior one. and Alpine being one more beautiful map which we have been anticipating to see during these matches. Have to see how the fights would happen here with the base camp or be the militia, and if the teams are conquering the regions near with the snowfall area, even those would be very interesting fights because the terrain is totally different. It's a height advantage area where you have to conquer certain positions and then move further. Similarly, talking about Sunside, which also kind of a hilltop area where the terrain would be extremely difficult for the players to conquer and move further. In order to take cover as well, it would not be the same case as in the map of Bermuda or in the map of Purgatory. Uh, any thoughts from your corner?
I think Alpine is a pretty, like I think it's one of those recent additions which we got to see in the entire competitive pool, and replacing it with a map like Kalahari, which had more of those vertical differences. You had more of
Hmm.
those height advantages, which meant to really bring out a very unique, style of game for teams who love to play for the kill points. And having those skill points, which were initially, like some teams that have the mindset, they want to go all out attack. They want to use the firepower to the best of its potential and not just kind of rely on the placement point. That completely reverses up to Alpine. I think Alpine
Hmm.
is going to be a pretty interesting map, and I want to see that what are going to be those initial drop clashes which we are going to see. I think this is the map which we are going to be seeing for the first and the last time today. So
Hmm.
let's take a look after how the plane path is going to come and how the entire game number 3 is going to look. Because after this game, it's going to be only 2 more maps remaining, which means that teams, it's going to be now or never, especially for those ones who are at the top 6, and especially for those who are still willing to make a comeback and enter the top 6 position. But the plane path starts all the way up from the side of Vantage and goes up towards Snowfall, and we can already see the drop clashes towards Dog, a major brawl towards Rivermouth and Stadium.
Railroad could have been the region, but Carousel kind of becomes the place where it could be a hot zone right next to Carousel. I see three teams kind of close by, and the other areas as well are being conquered. But look at the positioning; they are slightly on the open area. But here we go, get the first kill done. Raptors moving further, but no, Mongrel goes down with that. He is looking for a revive here, calling for the same. But the team members moving into position. Monster has been eliminated. Vithian, Larry, Scott on the other side as well, providing the essential cover. But Larry takes a lot of it. He has to back down a little bit. But meanwhile, the attempt from within, he has been surprised a little bit. So it's all up to Carter and Larry to take care of the situation. They have only the SMGs under power. The glue wall not defending them for long, and with that, it's only a single shot that could have done the job with those BD kills. Oh man, but the size, whenever the players
Oh no, the
prefer to get
melee
the
kill?
kills, then it is quite interesting. An entire team wipe APCON. And you must have noticed that, it was, I believe it was a side kill that was performed towards the end.
Exactly, and oh man, that's completely brutal. But nonetheless, we are seeing another fight all the way towards the side of Railroad, and
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be Raptors, one of the team which had most number of kill points, not just in the second map, but in the overall day for today. They had like 16 points in just the previous map which we just played. So I'd love to see how the momentum which kind of carries out or no. Black Cartel
Nice.
just won a booyah. Hawk Esports, meantime, is going to get eliminated. And that's a very unfortunate one. Now, let me tell you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Recalling your teammate in Alpine is going to be the most difficult task for you compared to Bermuda or the side of Purgatory. But
Hmm.
nonetheless, okay, we have 12 teams already. It's just been 2 minutes 40 seconds, and 3 teams have completely been out of the equation. Raptors have got 5 elimination. Talk about team elimination, and we have another one, and this time it's going to be none other than the side of Team Legend Max, who will be out of the entire equation. Black Cardinals still trying to make sure that they put Team Raptors in a very tough spot. Freda gets taken down. Max looking to maximize himself, but Enos is instantly going to take him down. Shami, the guy who just get recalls, comes out to be the savior and takes down Raptors. Each and every one player is looking to be in a big struggle, and the team elimination just seems to be around the corner. Black Cardinal
Ooh.
confirming the 4th eliminations for themselves, but what about Team Raptors? One single player is all I think they have. Oh, they have 2 players, one of them being recalled, which is going to be none other than Water. But let's see if he could really manage to keep himself alive, because they are just holding him down. like it's just his food right there. And yup, they are gonna manage to take him down. One single player remaining for the side of the entire team Raptors. And Black Cartel, what an amazing start to
The
kick
po-
off the
Mhm.
map of Alpine and already gather 5 points for themselves in the name of eliminations.
See, the recall would immediately happen because the station is quite close by. But from the other corner, I see ARC going head on, and the attack continues. With a one elimination already, 36 moving into position. Now, have to see how those connection would happen. But meanwhile, the grenade launcher doing the job done. That's a huge amount of splash damage. But a quick move, and there we go right in front. But 1v2 directly facing off the wall. Kind
Oh
of
my
defending him a little bit,
god.
and gets his job here. Bingu going for the kills one after the other.
What?
Another elimination under the name. And the team gets 4 elimination points. While the revive position is quite close by, it would not happen so that the team would survive a certain attack. We have been moving into position, but look at the other team. Taking a position on top of the building. They have the height advantage, but Hawks under slight trouble. Now, if this MA2B connects properly, meanwhile, the revive is happening, Afcon, and it is done. I don't think so. The 2B3 would possibly happen because the followed up rotation is being counted by a different team altogether.
Oh,
Oh
look
no.
at this ambitious play coming right from the back of AMR. And I think that went a little too out of the books for their entire team as they were no cover fire. Meantime, wow. I mean, this is beautiful stuff from Topstar. Topstar just eliminated the entire team
Hmm.
of Black Cartel, and I think they're looking to get these third parties more often. You know, first it was the initial fight of Black Cartel and Raptors. Raptors fall short. Black Cartel were just in the recovery stage while Topstar came in and just took them down one by one. Now, what Team Topstars are doing is actually going in for more brawls and do more and more of these chaos, which have really been a big talking point lately. While
Ooh.
top stars are going to be the one with the highest number of eliminations, 7 eliminations already, and they are leading the scoreboard at this point. Top 10 teams are already around the corners, and we are just 6 minutes inside the map of Alpine. But I'd love to see how the play circle now kind of looks like. We are seeing few players parachuting down. The
Hmm.
recall has been done. Team Goat, one of the most important games for them, a very centric shift, which kind of completely eliminates all the eastern part of Vantage. As you can see, Stadium is also now out of the corner, and so is Fusion. But the next circle definitely has to be all the way around the side of Sunshine and Militia, because these are going to be those two positions where you see not one of those players, actually moving on to. But Black Cartel still have one single player, and that's going to be Max. Now, what Max is doing is completely taking an anti-clockwise rotation towards the top of Garrison. You want to vertically move down towards the recall zone, but that's still going to be tough for him. He needs 30 seconds to make sure that he has enough time to recall each and every player in, and then he also has enough time to make sure that he's able to get the loot so that they have a fighting chance for themselves. But look at the
Wow.
fade. Max has an entire fade by himself, leading the zone all by his side. And there's only one team which could really bother, and that's going to be the side of VIP, who would rather be in the corner they're currently at, because if they want to move out of that position, they could get themselves up caught up between the fight of two teams.
See, I kind of felt as if, I mean, when you mentioned that the zone would move nearby to Sunside and Militia, even I kind of agreed and would go further with that thought. But the wild move towards Garrison, Militia, and Snowfall. Now, these three regions, you have to have that height advantage and move further from there. We already have one team conquering those zones and making that as their fort. But Team Goats, who had a bad time in the last match in the second game, and the winners of the first match, they are trying to get the kills here. They know for sure that the team have to move further and performing the flank. Two players in the open region, but Diepsel not performing the knocks. He doesn't want to go further for the kills unless he has a clear-cut shot. But 3 revives coming for Rock here, and there we go. 3 players would be back soon. ARC back to 4-man squad. I have to move a long way to enter the area. While Team Goats looking further for more kills, and Topstar, who have been the kill leader so far. Now, I have to see if any of the team would, attack over them and take their place away from that region. But the attacks continue to happen. One more ambush on the way. This had to occur. Good glue walls, and not for long though. Now, the advantage in this region is that, the station is nearby. So even if a player falls down, it would be possible so that they would be able to recall the player as early as possible. But the drones are kind of, taking away the position and is leaking the intel. While the retaliation is in place, the team have secured a position inside the player circle. Now, that also becomes a good advantage for the team. But from their race, from their six, another team is moving further. We have seen Junior performing those miraculous shots happen in the prior play. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Absolutely. There is a station nearby, but the thing is that it's out of the zone for now. Hawk one more time being victorious for the team. He managed to get one of the player intact. Now he is kind of cornered to a region. Now there we go. That's a distraction strategy being utilized and has been properly deployed. Now the team under trouble. Now Ivo from one region, and that should be an easy peasy knock. I think he slightly missed out because of the ridge covering them slowly, and Hawk as well from the other corner. MA2B shots his. He has created the chaos for Horus. Now they are cornered a little bit. It might seem as if they would survive the attack, but covering two corners at the same time, it may not be too that easy. Particularly when your opponent has an height advantage on top of the stone. Those grenades, there we go. That would do the job. They have been frozen for now and trying to take a better position. Slightly exposed while he had the armor and full health. It managed to keep him survive for the region. But one more time, Hawk connecting those crucial MA2B shots becomes a death spot for the team. Ivo has been shot on. It's all up to a 1v2 scenario. Big boss with Siabi moving further. He gets the kill done, and with that top star one more time. I think it's another third party kind of situation that they are presenting to the other team.
Triple kill. Triple kill.
Wow.
Double kill.
Within also has been safeguarded here, but moving through the boards, directly landing in front of the player. But no, he gets the kill done here. TOPSTAR were under a bit of trouble, but they got the kill streak moving on. Down to the last 24 players and 8 teams. It's such a small zone, and to have 24 players, it's going to be a bloodbath for sure. Have been totally conquered, and Alpha with those grenade elimination has a splash damage. Just one more grenade needed to eliminate the last player. No, it's only still 2 man strong. They are trying to move further. Does not have the chance to survive this. Ghazi with his cover fire, man. Now we'll get the revive here, and Alpha. Now this is the first ever fight, it seems, for the team because it's only 4 eliminations. They have conquered a corner, but the bombardment happening over Raptors. So far, 9 eliminations. I think TOPSTAR is the team who has the highest eliminations in this particular play, and Raptors would be the team who would give them a tough competition.
Lottery kill.
Oh,
Triple kill.
oh.
Killing spree. Triple kill.
Boy, oh boy, this turn of events have definitely surprised me a lot. I was under the impression that, either Topstar or Raptors would take away the Booyah. Contrary to that, Alpha MEA comes up with a fantastic victory. They waited for it, they looked for the optimal moment, and then moved on with the attack that gave them the lead. I think it's either a single digit kill number for the team, but not to forget the position points will add more and give them a boost on the scoreboard. Slightly feeling a little bad for Raptors. That was a fantastic clutch. Just one more shot needed. Had it been so that the third party did not happen, the attack would have happened in their favor.
But Alpha Mia, I mean, I want to take this chance and mention how, like difficult those situations for them were after the entire initial game. I think this was the team who had 1 point after game one. Like after first map of Purgatory, it was only 1 point for them. They stepped up in the second map, and I think after second map, they eventually managed to get 18 points in the entire game. Fast forward to the third game, they won a booyah, which means it's not just a comeback all the way from the bottom 15th position, but now we are already trying to consider this team being up at the top four. Almost a chance for them to qualify for the playoff. One good booyah, and that's all it takes. But so far, teams have been having a real struggle, and that has a lot to do with the consistency and the set of 3 different map which we got to see initially from the entire, I'll say the 3 maps and the 15 same teams. Each and every new map happened to be a new challenge for them, and remaining consistency wasn't that easy task. But maybe let's give them a short break. Let's take a short break and let's see you guys on the other side as 2 more maps remains us. And out of all of these 15 teams, only 5 teams are gonna head over to the playoffs and the grand final. So you guys stick around with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Arena Esports, powered by Etisalat, by and strategic partner AD Gaming and broadcast partner Platonia. We are right back with you guys to witness the final two map that awaits us. All of these 15 teams, they have got that mental reset after back to back having those competitive games, and now it's their chance to really bring up those points needed for them to either make it to the playoffs, being at the top five, or to make it directly to the grand finals. The only three teams which have so far been in the grand final. Tonight, we are going to get one more team, but it's going to be after we end the two remaining map. But I'm very excited to see what the overall scorecard is also going to look like. Alpine was a complete treat to eye to watch. And out of whatever we have seen, one team which still remains consistent is none other than the side of Team Arg. They are the one who have still remained at the top three, top four spot, which still makes me believe that maybe the number one spot in the overall could be for them.
Now, also the question of the hour is, will Team Goats would be able to, secure their position as they have maintained their consistency? They got the first win of the game in the map of Purgatory. One more time, we'll see them playing on Purgatory. So, if it happens so that, the players are well versed and would be able to get the victory. And if it doesn't happen so that, the other teams would be kind of looking at the team and would take care of the attacks. Let's take a look at the scoreboard of Alpine map. Alpha EMEA for sure with 9 kill points and their position points added on to that with 21 total points. Followed them by Shift with 18, Nakazaki's with 17, Raptors with 17. Now Raptors and Topstar, both these two teams have 11 kill points each. Because of the position points, the overall total points kind of varied for them. Also, our team who have performed extremely well, they are at #7, followed by the rest of the teams. Kind of, Black Cartel fell a little short along with Goats team Goats. So Purgatory would be the map for them to one more time, place themselves on top of the board.
Yeah, and I think one of the most interesting thing is that Alpha Mia, who won the winner chicken dinner, the entire thing in the first, I think set of two games, they didn't even had a total of 21 points of what they happened to win after the entire set of two games. As you can see, Raptors are eventually the one who are gonna come all the way up towards 46 points. The number one spot has been dethroned
Mhm.
from the side of Raptors, and it's our team who is going to go down. Alpha Mia, what a journey for them. Being at the 15th spot after game one, and now all the way up towards the top three, they managed to get a total of 39 points in just a set of two map. Now, that is a big jump if you ask me. Nakazaki's happened to overtake the side of Go team, who eventually were the Booyah winners after the first game, as you mentioned. But what worries me is the point differential. You see,
Yep.
4, 2, 1, 1, 3, and 0.
Hmm.
That's the point differential between the side of the team that is at the first spot and the team which is struggling to come all the way at the top five spot. It's only a matter of 10 points,
Hmm.
which means that Raptors, even after getting these amazing, like a set of games, it's the only team which hasn't yet won a single Booyah, yet they are the number one spot. Now, that tells a lot about the entire journey which has been for them. The next two set of games completely falls down to the number of total eliminations which they get. Because if you take a look after the kill points, they have 34 kill point, while our team is going to be down to 25. Now, that difference says that how aggressive and how I'll say, mentally prepared team Raptors are to go out there, get the kills for themselves. And even if they fall short to the numbers advantage, or if they fall short to getting an early elimination, it just doesn't matter because they're not here to win the hashtag one in game. They want to be the hashtag one in the entire points table. And after three games, they are actually leading with 4 points. But up next is going to be yet again a map rotation of Purgatory and Bermuda. So I'm really excited to see how teams like none other than God's team, teams like Nakazaki, who started off the day entirely with a Booyah, are again gonna reclaim it.
See, Purgatory is the kind of map where you can concentrate a lot on your rotations. And if you would like to perform those third party kind of situations, this is the place where you can do it. In the regions of campsite or be it ski lodge. Ski lodge is one area I've gone where we can see a lot of third party kind of scenarios being presented. And at the same time, during the drop clash as well, this is one area where it happens a lot. Not to forget about Mode House and Marble Works. Even those regions can get you good number of kills. So the teams that are struggling between hashtag 8 to 15, or as a matter of fact, if you're above and beyond hashtag 10, these are the regions to look further for. Even for fire brigade, from fire brigade, while you're trying to reach towards the regions of Brasilia, which is exactly the center of the map, there as well you can encounter a lot of fights where you could get very huge number of kills. So have to keep these regions in mind from where you can get those kill points done, right along with the position points to be secured as well.
Yeah, exactly, rightly said. And I think these two maps, teams have eventually known that
Hmm.
which are going to be those, threats to them, and which all are the positions where they eventually had a very tough spot to really get those early stages of the initial loot and get going from there on. One of the biggest, I think, problems which has been for most of the teams, especially let it be the ones at the top or let it be the ones who are
Ooh.
still struggling in the bottom side, is to do with the early elimination. The risk of
Hmm.
the early fight could put you in a spot that even after you fight in a 4v4 situation, you don't have that one player who is falling all the way back towards the recall tower
Hmm.
to be a lifeline for your entire team. And I think those lifeline were so well played from a team like Arc, from a team like none other than Nakazaki. And so one more time, Lumber Meal is going to be the blue circle where we are
Mhm.
already seeing two teams falling down, and Oris has started up the fight entirely. Seems to be this time it's going to be 7A9 who will be accompanying them. Dora, meantime, takes on NPC, and that's going to be the first blood of the game.
See, these are the regions where you can get the kills between the brigade and lumbermill, and the blue zone covering the area as well. High loot areas. Oris with 3 man strong. Will they be able to get the kills done becomes a big time question. They have already present huge amount of damage. Good glue wall deployed, but no, 7A9 moves into position, gets the frag here, gets the knock, and they are gunning in for the third kill as well. Will they be able to secure or not becomes the question, but you have to attack to the lower regions, and there we go, the surprise here. Sepsi being the first casualty, 7A9 slightly taking the shot, but they are conquering the position. Sepsi will get rescued here. Along with that, they got the kills done. I believe so. There is one player who have survived. So 15 teams. Yep, we have one player who have survived the onslaught. Would be moving to the other regions to get the revival done. 3RB in position. They have the advantage of the corner, but no, they have to jump out to move further. But Bibo King taking the damage. He has punched the way through. Looks as if Memo will also contribute a lot with that sniper shot. AMR under big time trouble. Scooby could get the kill here. 3RB moving closer. And the sniper isn't totally being deployed with the snow, to say the glue walls. While it looks like snow, but it is hard to melt it down. Gets the kill. They go slightly under double, but no, moves further. Gets the kill. Oh no, he did not. Instead, he gets knocked out. But the teammate moving in becomes the rescuing factor. Now, even they are getting shot down. Nemo, the last man standing, will he be able to be the savior of the team or not? Have to just wait and see.
I think it's going to be a real tough spot. That position, that two-man play towards the sniper tower runs so fruitful. Nemo 7, the only player remaining, goes to challenge a 1 versus 1 who rather has a choice to fall back towards the recall tower.
Hmm.
Well, seems to be as if that's the decision, and he know what's at stake at this point. Taking any casual decision, leaving any threads loose is going to completely ruin the entire, position for them, the entire potential for them to eventually get back and give a setback to the entire chance for you to come up on top. But Oris versus VIP, one of the most amazing fights to witness. VIP is going to be G8L, who once again manages to retrieve back Oris. Big Boss is going to be the one who will be the casualty, but Nimod wanting to make sure that he gets a sniper shot right on the face of Hog. He has been the sniper
Ooh.
face for the VIP, and he has really, really shown some amazing actions with his M2B. Could Nimod actually take him down in the place where he himself is going to be up against the best? or is it going to be the other way around is a big question. But for now, seems to be that the play zone is going to be completely favoring the side of Oris. Meantime, Alpha is also making some big moves, taking down Team JS. Hawk comes up with a revival, and so does Horus. Big Boss is going to be bought back, but instantly there's another player who will be taken down. So, I mean, back and forth fights happening from each and every position, but this one
Yes.
towards Brasilia is going to be the most interesting out of all.
Within has that advantage spot here, but looks as if his position uh, kind of got compromised a little bit, but his grenades are doing the job done. While Monster and Larry are providing the essential cover. Now have to see if Within would be able to get that initial frag. As soon as they get that initial damage onto the opponent, they will be moving further. There we go. Larry takes the hit at the same point of time. His teammate is also being shot down. Monster and Larry have to get the job done here, but Monster extremely low. He goes down. Larry, the last man standing. He will move out of the region nearby to the survival stations, but not to forget about the other team who are moving in for a third party. Lex gets the kill here, most likely. They would be able to take down the last player standing and get the kill number, get the elimination numbers. Also, the team which have already taken a fight, they are low on health. They did not get the opportunity to replenish themselves. But no, it happens the other way around. Nitro becomes the first target. Max low on health, Bad low on health. But 999 covering their players, provides the essential support fire, the cover fire. And with that, Lex down to the two players. It's a 2v2 scenario. Both the teams staying down behind the glow wall. 999 is being revived on the other side. And there we go. Lex, one more time, back to their three-man squad. Gets the revival done, gets the heal done with the revival gun. With the heal gun, and the other team slightly falling behind. They are making a huge rotation here.
6 minutes inside the game, and not even a single team
Triple
has been eliminated so far.
Good
And
point.
talk about elimination. Oh my god, here we go. Top star. Just a classic caster cursing the entire, set of play.
No, I don't
A
think it is a-
beautiful way to keep the entire run alive for these teams. But I mean, when you have 15 teams, you have nothing less than 60 players in the lobby.
True.
All the 60 players actually coming down towards purgatory. It's a real tough job for you to survive for all of these stages. And it's not only about having all the players alive, it's about all the teams not able to go up against each other when the zones are shrinking in. VIP 5 eliminations for them. I think it's going to be Black Cartel. We saw only one player from Black Cartel actually alive, but now they give themselves a recall and a big shift all the way towards the fields and towards the ski launch, which means that you're surely going to see a fields end circle. And it surely means that all of these teams, let it be the side of none other than Team Legend Max, let it be the side of Team VIP, or let it be even the side of Team Oris, they have to come all the way inside the circle, and it ain't going to be an easy route. Already we can see some of the struggles that are going to be seen all the way up towards the side of New Squad. New Squad is on the verge of an elimination, but before that it's going to be NAKAZAKI, who will be taken down, and guess who is back in action in their very home map where they won the Booyah. This is where it started, and this is where it seems to be that Goats team are here to make a statement for themselves. Two tough losses for them in the previous two games, but in the map of Purgatory, they are back, and they are back pretty strong with 6 eliminations already. But BRB, as we were talking about, going inside the circle isn't going to be that easy. Seems to be that already Hawks are making it a tough time for them.
Absolutely. Hawks had that position advantage, and now over the bridge, getting the kill one after the other. It's a triple kill with that 5 eliminations. Now, Appan, I kind of disagree that you said about a caster's curse, but Topstars, they have been gunning for the kills. We'll talk about the same, but VIP here, 5th elimination, moving for the 6th one. They had a bit of disadvantage. The opponent teams had a bit of disadvantage. They kind of got into a surprise mode of attack. Talking about Topstar, right from the beginning of the game, the only factor which they had in mind is to get kill after kill in order to keep their position intact, and that's what they are doing as well. One after the other, they are moving into the fights. Look at that lovely positioning from Lex. He knows that he will be getting those sniper kills and has been a huge contributing factor towards the team. VIP on the other corner going for the 7th kill. 3RB performing a 3-man recall here. 3RB will be back in action with all 4 members. Now, the movement of the circle favoring towards the eastern regions, the upper corners of campsite are going to be a bit of crucial spot because that's where it's an entire open area right in between ski lodge campsite and fields. Now, have to see which of the teams would be properly able to positions themselves. AFCON still we have 13 teams surviving with 49 players. In few moments, we'll see a huge decrease in the numbers as soon as those titans are facing off each other. There's one more player lurking around, but meanwhile, 3RB one more time in big time trouble. They just got the recall done.
Don't have the guns, and that's the problem. That once you get the recalls done, you have to have that loot. You have to have those armors and those set of recoverables to help you heal from these zone damages. But seems to be as if Lex are going to be putting a complete pressure right up the neck of Team Black Cardinal. Two players taken down. Seems to be Lex. The tables have turned up against them, and now it's all of a sudden a one versus two situation for them. Lex still having two players alive. They can give a recall or they can either go to the zone. But it seems to be that nothing is going to go on towards themselves. Oh, what a setback from the side of Ferris. Legend Max indeed get taken down, but before they fall down, they take down the Goats themselves. Goats team, who just get eliminated right at the 13th spot. Zero placement point for them. And all they get is only the elimination point. But taking the most out of it was the side of Team Hawk, who managed to take down three teams within the corner of the entire play circle. And now they have a couple of good eliminations as well. We're talking about good eliminations. 10 elimination for the side of VIP. Hawk and J8L are the only two players remaining. Is it a fight worth taking? Or rather, they should be looking on for a futuristic play to make sure that they come all the way towards the end circle. That's a big question. But STF, Mother gets taken down. Arc is going to be up with 3. And Ski Lodge is going to be another site for all the teams to rotate. 11 up for the side of VIPs. But can they really maintain it? JDL is the only player, and there's no recall tower now. After the timer hits to 11th mark, I think it's all going to be him up against the entire map of Purgatory.
He has to go in all alone and perform a John Wick kind of attack in order to get the victory for the team. But expecting a victory, expecting a booyah from a single person, from a one-man army kind of area is not going to be that easy. But Junior facing off S633 here. Junior under big time trouble. Okay, he will be eliminated. With that, oh no, the surprise shot. There we go, another third-party kind of situation here. The two-man strong team. They have the height advantage on top of the building. From there, they are able to look at the entire region and they are getting the kills done. Right next to this area, we have two more teams facing off each other. And the quick eliminations, one after the other. It's a one-man attack here for Raptors. Low on elimination numbers, and they are out of the fight with that Alpha securing the 9th kill, going for the 10th as well. Now the 8 teams and 21 players. Alpha has a best position here, I would say, but they are still outside the circle. They have to move in, perform a rotation, and there is one team already in place to face them off. So even Alpha may face a huge surprise attack here.
Yeah, I think Team Alpha, the only one thing which I love about them is that they have the numbers advantage and they have that elimination too. But JDL gets eliminated through the play zone. Now, one thing which I'm really confused that VIPs didn't had an additional player. That was the only player which was left for them. So does it mean that Team VIP has been completely eliminated off the charts? So, well, time will tell us, but news caught so far, this is for the first time that they are able to fight back for this long. But now, all of a sudden, it's all down to one player. J18, Black Cardinal gets down towards the 8th spot. Top 7 up for the startup new squad. But now a 1v1, and Jaguars are going to be eliminated. It's 8-1-8 with the 5th elimination on the board. And the top 6 position still stands strong, but VIP were alive for a single while. Top 6 position yet again for them, but the consistency looks to be so far beautiful from the start of Alpha. Would Team Raptors or our team really manage to put themselves in a big challenge? Horus has been one of the talking points lately, especially when it comes up to be in the top spot, but only 2 players remaining. Big Boss is going to get taken down, and that's going to be all thanks to Alpha as they get another team off the charts. Team Hawks are going to be the biggest challenge out of all because they suddenly have 16 elimination. Top 14, 10 players alive, and Team Hawks versus Alpha is going to be the fight to watch out for.
Oh boy, Hawks with 16 eliminations. That's a huge advantage on the scoreboard, down to 10 players and 4 teams, and the number decreases further. For now, they have the advantage because they are almost towards the center regions, but the drone is going to reveal the position, and it's also causing a little bit of hindrance to their play. But they are going to face a third party as well. Their eyesight, I mean, their view over arc, but from their rear end, there is a player lurking around. Knows for sure. That's a very good blue wall. Here we go, the damage and a quick elimination with that. Hawks get the kill with that 18 eliminations.
No,
My
one
goodness.
second.
Uh-huh.
1 second, and he could have came at the third spot, but a 4 versus 4 fight. The top two goal lines going up against each other. This is gonna be one of the biggest fight we have seen tonight. A team with 18 elimination, while the other team strong with 14. Alpha versus Team Hawk, and any team that wins it secures the top 5 spot. Which team is going to be the one is a big question. Booyah is the only win condition, and Hawk really looks to fall down. Only 2 players remaining. There comes the flank all the way from the side of a Broski, and it's all over before it could start. It's Team Alpha. Every single wear with the Booyah and with a massive #1 position for themselves. Alpha were really in a very unexpected position. Before the overall scorecard actually came in, we were talking about them. This is the map where they only had, the only 1 point which we were talking about. In the second game, they stepped up. They came all the way up towards the top 8, and after the third game, they got in the top 1 spot. And I think it was about time that we were saying that within the last 2 map, Team Alpha Mia are the team who won like 39 points. But guess what? Now that they have a Booyah right on the bag, it feels that in the last 3 games, they are already going to get like a total of 55 points alone. That's a big number to ask for, and I don't think it's 55. It's almost 60 points in just 3 map. Like, this is one of the best setbacks any team could give, starting off from a very, bad start in the first map.
While we could not anticipate the same, it kind of became a surprising factor towards the end as well. But with huge number of eliminations, man, I had huge hopes. I mean, I kind of almost felt as if Hawks would take away the victory, but Alpha one more time being victorious over the map, and with these number of kills, they will be like way ahead of the other teams. Now, whoever is trailing back towards, I mean, even further than #10, they will have a tough time to get a comeback. Now, Bermuda is going to be the next map, guys, where these teams would compete one more time to get their kill numbers or the position numbers, and in order to climb up the scoreboard. This is the last attempt where you can secure the spot. If it doesn't happen here, this is the end of the road, I would say. So we'll wait for the match to begin and we'll talk more about it. But the manner with which the fourth match happened kind of gave me a bonker kind of factor over, because several fights it happened the other way around. We thought so that certain teams would be able to conquer the situations where they went for the attack. There were a couple of third parties, not to forget about those, but at the same time, the manner with which few players have played around, particularly those triple kills or the quarter kills, and towards the end, one player, I kind of forgot the name, whether it's be we'll take a look at the same while we see the board. But that triple kill towards the end, it totally changed the situation.
Exactly. I think, 3 things which have really been a big talking point is a triple elimination, a triple recall, and none other than, I feel, Alpha Mia. I think Alpha Mia, by the end of the fourth or the third game, they
Hmm.
were at the top 3 spot with 40 total points. This map, I think surely we can consider that they have like 23, 24 points, which means it will be
Agreed.
totaling up to 64 point.
Yes.
Like having 63 point in just 3 map is unbelievably consistent. Consistency at another level. I don't think they are being consistent. I think consistent is being them at this point. They have been the one who are just been performing at what a real domination looks like. And in a map like Purgatory, where we were really expecting a team like, Team Good to come on top. We were really
Hmm.
expecting the side of Black Cartel, Nakazaki. It came out to be the side of New Squad. I did feel bad for the side of Arc though, because Team Arc they were almost up at the top four position as far as I remember, but just a snap of the finger and within a microsecond,
Hmm.
they fall short to the side of Team New Squad. If they would have been alive for at least a second, they would have been surely at the top three. And so far, there's only one team that has never been eliminated at the bottom nine spot, and that is been Team Arc. Rest all the teams have faced an early elimination. This is that one team who always managed to get on the top four. And see, as we saw, the top four position was
Yes.
indeed there. But Hawks, somewhere down the line, even after having, like, 18 eliminations, they just fall short in the final seconds. As we can see, Alpha won a 27 pointer booyah there. 27 pointer means they have 67 points overall. No way anyone could even get close to that after the overall points table comes. But also, if we talk about the side of, I believe, Team Hawk, which were all the way up there at the second position, Hawk 2 had like a pretty good 14 points
True.
in the entire set of day. Like, three maps and they had 14 points. One good map and their kills were 18. So you can imagine what the overall is going to look like. But after all, it's not going to be enough for them, because if you have only one good map at the cost of three bad maps and not having those consistency, that's not going to put them anywhere close to being in the qualifier stage.
So that means that you have to play extremely, extremely well, and the odds are too far away for the team where you have to reach further. Let's take a look at the scoreboard for the map of Purgatory. Hawks with 19 kill points. 19, my goodness. Highest number of kills so far in each and every match which happened. And with the total points of 28, that would definitely give them a huge boost on the scoreboard of the overall scoreboard. Alpha Mia with 15 and a total of 27. New Squad with 8 kills and a total of 16. I thought so that VIP would be able to survive the blast, and if that happened, so it could have been more than 16 total points. Oris with 7 and an overall of 13. Arc Team with 12. And now talking about the rest of the teams, they have to play greatly in order to climb up. Alpha Mia, obviously, top of the chart with 67, and look at the difference. It's a 13 points of difference between number one and number two. And for the rest, it's hardly like 4 or maybe 3 points differentiation. Wondered Goats team, they have been consistently maintaining their position. And if this particular match on the map of Bermuda happens in their favor, they would be able to climb up thanks to the map of Purgatory, where they got good kill points, and from there they moved further, were able to claw up the regions. VIP on the other side, they are maintaining their perfect spot. The other teams which I have been looking for and wanted to see them on top of the board are like Black CARTEL, NAKAZAKI-ES, followed by the rest. Have to see if TopStar will be able to claw their way up with those third party kind of situations and will get better position points as well as kill points in the last match of the day.
And I think most importantly, it's about a team
Mm-hmm.
who started off with this map being the first team to be eliminated,
Okay.
ended up on this map being the first team at the hashtag one spot with the massive lead of 13 points.
Yep.
That's the level of confidence I need in this entire new year. Whenever I kind of feel low, whenever I feel like, I had a very bad day, like a bad
Hmm.
start doesn't mean that the entire day or the entire thing is over for you. Alpha Mia being one of the prime examples, if you feel that, that a bad beginning is just a game over for you, it's just the beginning, and they have set an example, a benchmark. But can they claim it?
Hmm.
Can they completely keep it to themselves? Is a big question, because one more map awaits them. The only condition is to survive till the top six, you know,
Hmm.
team are going to be just around them. And a second win condition is definitely not let our team win the Booyah. Because if they win the Booyah, that difference of 13 points comes down to one. And then it's
Hmm.
all about the total kills that you are going to eventually get. But at this point, if Team Alpha Mia will be at the top six spot, I'll be highly convinced that they are going to be the one who will be the champions in the entire group of 15. But yeah, you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about teams like Goats. Goats who won a Booyah, yet they are all the way down on the verge of being overtake from a team like Hawks. I
Hmm.
think Hawks, as you correctly mentioned, they had like 28 points
Hmm.
in that previous map, and from the entire set of early three maps, they had 14. So that totals up to 42. one good map and they are up to top 6 position. I mean, things have been completely, the tables have been turned, the tides have been shifted, and I feel this is going to be one of the best chances for all the teams to go out there, battle up against each other for one last time. Because if you want to be at the top 5 position, your benchmark is going to be 55 points, which means if a team like Topstar, who is at the 12th spot, manage to win a Booyah
Mhm.
and get a set of 10 points, they could potentially make it in the top 5 position. But this ain't going to be easy. You got to look after the side of teams like Legend Max. You got to look after the side of none other than Bacteria, who are going to be a big troublemakers. They have nothing to lose. They know that qualification isn't going to be a matter of one map right now, so they could be a big troublemaker, especially for those teams for whom this map is going to matter the most, and for whom it's very important to get a good early start and to run after eliminations and run after the Booyah for the entire set of Bermuda map.
You know what, Avcon? I feel as if there would be few teams who would take a little bit of passive approach in this particular match because the stakes are way too high and who have already conquered a lot in the prior matches. Now I have to just see through the match if the same would happen or not, and would look for those teams to either take a passive approach, and on the contrary, if they totally go on a bombastic manner and go for the kills right from the beginning, then they would keep a lot of difference between themselves and the other teams who are trying to claw their way through the scoreboard. Now, all that would be answered once we see the flight path and the regions where the teams are landing through. Couple of those regions which I would be looking further for, one being Peak, and the other is the outskirts of CARTEL, where there are few kill zones from where surviving becomes a huge deadly factor. The other areas where we can expect some very good fights are Cape Town and Observatory, being one of the regions where it would be a high zone fight as well. Also, Remnam village, which kind of creates a lot of entertaining attacks. Well, look at all those while the fight is happening, and look at the beautiful flight path covering from Bullseye towards the Mars Electric. So, if I'm not wrong, okay, Shipyard, we only have a single team. Most likely chances either at Kotatua or towards the Cape Town is where we'll see the first set of fights.
I think Kotatua is going to be surely one of the places, but I think alongside that, it's going to be the side of Santosh Island. Now, this
Mhm.
is the second time we are seeing teams coming down all the way towards the map of Bermuda.
Hmm.
They would have learned from their first mistakes, but look after this. Look after this amazing fight. Alpha going up against the side of none other than Goat Team. If Goat Team eliminate Alpha here, it's a chance for each and every one of them to reclaim that number one spot. Alpha already seems to be in a very tough spot. SFT means some are looking to hunt down the side of Nitro. 4 players eliminated right off the
Ooh.
backs in the entire kill feed, and it seems to be that the game has just started to pick up the pace. But in the meantime, goes up, gets the first one, and is going to confirm his kill as well. 90 seconds, and we have seen 6 players, 7 or maybe 8, just getting eliminated one by one. But still, these are just those early times. The recall could just be around the corner, but Drama being one of the only player remaining, if he goes down, it's all over. PTR is surviving, and Alpha Mia, the team at the number one spot, has been eliminated right off the charts. This is one of the most unexpected turn. Alpha Mia had one job, and that was to maintain that 13 points of lead. The lead, which only gave them one condition, that be at the top 6, and it's all done. But Hawks, this was the team which came second, right?
Oh,
This
yes.
was the team who got 28 points, and this team as well is going to get eliminated with a total of 0 points. They needed just, I think, few points to qualify, but the journey for them seems to be all over, and it's a complete chaos in the entire map in the starting 2 minutes itself.
Down to the 11 teams. Like the high contenders are out of the fight. So it's a huge advantage as well as a huge opportunity for the rest of the teams to climb up the charts. Now that Hawks are out of the way, along with Albania, now these other teams like the Army, they were under a little bit of trouble, but Bivoken knows for sure that you have to go to the station in order to recall the players. And on the other corner, they are facing off NK5, but no, they may not be able to survive the attack. Just now, another player moving through. They know for sure that they will get this kill, then they have already damaged the player. But with this positioning, it becomes difficult for all three teams. And look at the chase. Kubi is not going to be staying alive for long. The moment he is able to reach the compound, he would have to face the attack. And by moving into position, with that, they may get the kill here. He has just respawned, and one more time, you'll get shot down in the hands of Autos. Lovely shots here, man, and good kill points as well. With that fifth elimination for their name.
That's a pretty big start for the side of team none other than NAKAZAKI-ES, but I feel NAKAZAKI-ES, they really need to have a match winning game here if they want to wish to qualify. Now, see, there's a team who got eliminated who are all the way at the top position. That is Alpha Mia. That means that there are still three more slots to grab. But we talk about the players already. It seems to be that two of the players are eliminated off the
Yes.
charts. 3RB still around the corner towards the Cape Town position. Obito is going to get recalled, which means that there are still chances. 3RB is going to go on for another recall, which is going to make things tough for the side of none other than NAKAZAKI-ES. But NAKAZAKI-ES, it's about time that they have to really play in a very passive approach. We were talking about teams like TOPSTAR. If they want to come up on top, they need like 10 points and a booyah. 10 kill points and a booyah. That's when they are talking. But it ain't going to be an easy job. And the pressure getting the better of them as Mojrim already gets taken down. King Good going on for the attack onto the side of Arc, one of the most consistent team throughout the entire day. They have never failed to come at the bottom 9 position. They have always been at the top of the charts, always been at the top 5, top 6 position. A quadra kill already for the side of Arc, and it seems to be that the number 1 slot might be just around the grabs. If Team Arc, if they keep on performing like this, it's going to be a real tough job for the side of Alpha Mia, who would now be really sweating that number 1 spot that they have might just have gone away towards Arc.
See, Topstar and Arc, they even are trying their best of the best to contend further and to, leave them behind, leave the other contenders behind. But for now, they have to move further with 3 eliminations. Good start right in the beginning and a lovely play as well. Now the attack between 79 moving into position, but they know for sure as soon as they move out, Oris will be able to get. But MA2B trying to snipe down. He goes down under the attack. Duda from the other line, another fantastic shot connection here. Breaches through the wall, it seems. That's a damage. Meanwhile, getting one more elimination point. Levy for one more. Simox is out of the fight. Team target 7 and 9 will be victorious in this fight unless there will be a counter rotation performed. But Sebi, the manner with which he is moving further, he is becoming unstoppable for now.
Exactly, I think Sebi is surely, trying, getting that aggression, out of him.
Yep.
And it's much needed. He gets a knock. The confidence looks completely a chaos for the opponent team, especially if you're going up against him. But that gives the side of none other than Team Topstar a good 3 early elimination. Now the first zone is going to be shrinking in. Horus is going to recall his entire team.
Yes.
But just around him, I feel there's a team which is just coming down the lane all the way up to the pillars, and that's going to be none other than VIP themselves. Horus is going to be giving up their comeback, but 3RB is going to be in a very tough spot. 2 players remaining down the line. Bebo King has to play all by himself. STF almost manages to get the job done, but in the end it's gonna be 3RB to come up on top, and that's the journey over for a team like Shift. A complete entire roller coaster of a day for them, but in the end it's just an experience which they gained, if not the slot for the future, upcoming matches for them. Meantime, none other than NAKAZAKI-ES are still going to be depending on those recall, as they still have, I believe, 2 minutes for 35 seconds remaining. You can see most of the teams here have been completely trying their level best to get those numbers advantage back and to survive for the end circle. But in the midst of all of this, there are few teams who have really, really been playing very smartly. One of them being none other than the side of Arc, another being the side of Raptors and Team VIP. They have been giving nothing to any of the opponent team, completely playing very passively, completely playing for the end circles. And they know if they want to get those skill points, they're anyways going to get it if they survive in the end circle. So why not just survive till then, get your loot, and then maybe give a surprise attack in the end?
Also, Oris have just performed a recall for the team. So we are up to 34 players and 10 teams that are surviving the attack. Now, while moving from factory regions, you may be able to place a third party here. The team is in place. Top stars going for the kills. Oris goes under the scope,
Oh,
and with that,
Oris.
Timo goes down. Oris under big
Oh
time
no.
trouble. Now, the last man standing is out of the region. He will have to move further, but no opportunity being presented, being left out by Top Star. They are moving down. I mean, they are searching for the eighth kill as well. There was supposed to be one more team who have counter rotated. Obito, a triple recall here, and the team is back. With that arc, back to four-man squad, I believe so.
I think Ark is back, but Oris, they got recalled, and they got recalled at a very tough spot because they don't have the loot. So they're running around looking for loot and having no healings, which means it's just a matter of one or two shots. And Oris are just looking to be like, the random points which are available down there for you to grab it. Only thing that you have to knock and confirm them while they are really weakened by the position. Meantime, Ark, it's a comeback for them towards the entire peak position. They have the loot, they have a very good spot, they are in the center of the circle, and they have been regrouped back again. Now that's a lifeline in the entire game. But the Vito, who just gave a recall to the entire team, will he be able to manage to get inside the circle? That's a big talking point. Car 98 meantime coming up on strong, a clean headshot. VIP, as I mentioned, they are the silent ones. They are the ones with zero elimination so far. All they want to do is survive till the end circle. All they want is just make sure that they do nothing but remain consistent in these fights when it comes down to the end circle. Because if there's a fear for them to go on for these early fights, there's a potential that they can be third party, especially when a team like Raptors are just around the corner. But for now, Go team are looking to be in a very tough spot. Falca and Andres are the only two players remaining. Falca on the verge of being taken down, just a pixel which awaits him and his knockout, but somewhere down the line he survives. But Falca knocks himself up. That is what you expect when your HP is down to such a low pixel, and it's just the pressure getting the better of them. But 3RB, can they really take down an entire squad wipe is a big question. 5 more minutes and we'll be having the champions before this map ends.
Using M40 with low health kind of became a disadvantage for the player. He wanted to, get the other team out of the way. That's where he wanted to deploy that grenade at a proper spot. But M40, it happened the other way around. I have to say, if the Raptors would be able to, conquer the situation, because the flank over the team, a three-man squad going head-on with four-member team, they are being shot down. Water slightly low on health. He was able to, replenish his health, but is not quite enough. Because from the other corner, those crucial shots connection kind of troubling Raptors. And one more M40 takedown from Oris. Even they are clutching it through. While Nakazaki is in the play, this could be an annihilating factor for Raptors, because they would be getting attacked from two regions at two corners at the same time. But look at the manner with which Nakazaki are trying to evade the attack. No, you will not be. And water clips through, man. Empties out the entire mag onto their opponent players and gets the job done. 3RB with 10 eliminations so far. Four-man squad team clutching it through.
Exactly, and with that AWM, I think it's just an amazing weapon to keep up to the end. But Obito is gonna take another player down from the side of none other than our very own team Nagasaki's, and this leaves us with 32 players. Well, Nagasaki's are looking to be almost on the verge of elimination. Two players have been completely down, and team tip stars, which are going to be all the way top stars, which are going to be all the way up towards the reach, have to come down. Meanwhile, Oris versus Nagasaki's, that's going to be Monster being taken down. I think it's only down to one player, right? Like Nagasaki's, we have seen all the three players one by one getting eliminated. Jag is going to get taken down. VIP in a very perfect spot to get a complete clean gatekeep scenario. Nagasaki's get taken down, but VIPs are not yet done. It's just a jackpot for them. Back-to-back kills being secured, 3-4, and maybe the fifth one just around the corner. 7-9 are just trying to make sure that they get themselves in, but it's not going to be for too long. 9 spot is all they get, and VIP are just right back in the game. Raptors have been eliminated, which means that's a big talking point for us. Raptors were at the top 3 spot, but that elimination could cost them their slot to playoffs. Time will tell which team is going to be the one who will be coming up on top. But at this point, it's all about one team, and it's Team Arc. Can they get the booyah? Because Team Arc in this survive till the top 6 position, there's a potential that it's not the playoffs for them. It's the grand finals if they come up at the number 1 spot.
Oris are trying to clutching it through 9 eliminations. Now it's only the glue wall that is trying to take at them. But Ark with that fast shot, he tried his best.
They get
and Ark
eliminated.
getting eliminated.
Oh my god, this is such an unfortunate situation. Final fights, final moments, and final stage of the entire day. One final zone, and that's going to decide that which team is going to be the one who will come up on top. But so far, VIP seems to be explosive as ever. Oris is going to be the one who will be going up against them. But 7 finishes already for the start of VIP. They look to win it all. Emma gets taken down, and his kill is instantly going to be confirmed. VIPs could do nothing about it, but just fight back. 8th elimination is just around the corner, 14 minutes up, and now it's going to be the start of TOPSTARS, who are just hearing each and every audio cues, but they are not yet ready. A flank coming in from the side of Ebo, making it look that Nibod gets a little confused, but he manages to dodge the first shot of attempt, a glue wall to defend him, and 20 seconds for him to get inside the circle.
Now the best part here is that he's being provided cover fire from Ebo, and on the other corner we can see another team to conquer through the situation, who may be able to get high number of kills. Already going for 12. They are going head on with VIP. Now those long range shots are kind of being troublesome. Down to the last 4 teams and 12 players. Well, VIP able to conquer the situation becomes a big time question, and there's a new leader for here. There we go, the 12th elimination and a quadra kill as well. TOPSTARS, they are covering it through. Now have to see if that position would be maintained intact or not, because so far Mongrel and Obito, they are covering it through, and on the other corner we have 818 who is clutching his position. VIP slightly under trouble here. Hawk goes down. IP on G8 losing their health. Erodi coming up with those fantastic shots and being troublesome for VIP. They are being shot down from both the corners here and does not have a lot of wiggle room to move further. And if we talk about the rest of the team, they are trying to take the cover behind the tower. It's not going to be long that they would be able to survive the position. One good grenade and it happens the other way around.
Exactly, but now the final movement's just around the corner. In the start, I did mention a team like TOPSTAR, who is all the way down to only 31 points at the 12th spot. They need a booyah. They need a booyah to come all the way up towards the playoffs position. 14 eliminations. Top needs only one thing, and that's a booyah. And if they get it, it's a total of 26 points, which awaits them. But before they could really grab that, it's Obito and the entire squad which is going to be up against them. It ain't going to be an easy job. It's going to be a 3 versus 4 situation. An instant fallback from the side of Mod to get himself towards a safe spot, but in the midst of all of these chaos, there's going to be this one team who's ready to secure the hashtag 2 position. Is it going to be the hashtag 3 for the side of none other than New Squad? Because all of the players are falling one by one. Obito gets taken down. 818, the final player. 1 versus 3, and New Squad is going to be over and out at the 4th spot. It's down in a 1 versus 3, and Team TOPSTAR not just has claimed themselves a victory. It's one of the biggest jump after Alpha Mia. They were down to the 12th spot. They won the booyah. They have a total 27 points in just one map itself, which totals it's down to 57, and TOPSTARS, you can call them safely qualifying all the way towards the playoffs of Arena Esports.
That was an explosive ending to the day here. We could never anticipate the results in such a manner, never to mention TOPSTARS. Now, if you remember, I mentioned that couple of the teams would try to play either passively or would go all in, and TOPSTARS is the team who went all in for the number of kills and for the position. They waited a little while to look at the entire region, understood the factor from where they could attack in a better manner and would be able to get the high number of kills, and that became fruitful for the team towards the end part. That's where the victorious team emerges out of all that chaos. So I have to see how the scoreboard would be and how the calculations happened. I'm kind of waiting for that in a huge manner.
I mean, it's going to be an exciting one. I could just imagine a heartbreak,
Hmm.
which could be for one of all of these teams, because you had Alpha Mia, right?
Yep.
They surely should be number 1, but Arc team, they got eliminated at the 5th spot, right? Which means they have 6 points for themselves, and if they have 7 elimination, only then maybe they could really take away that number one spot. But nonetheless, it's going to be a close one. Any team that is at the
Yep.
number one spot doesn't has a lead at this point. It's a matter of 1, 2, or maybe 3 points. You talk about Team Raptors, they got eliminated at the top seven. You talk about Team Arc, already we mentioned they are the contenders with Alpha Mia. But other than these two teams, there are no, there's only three teams which could potentially qualify. And the
Hmm.
potentially word comes for the side of Topstar, who won the Booyah. There was only one condition for Topstar. Last map of the day, they are down at the 12th spot to come at the top five. It's only a Booyah, but this Booyah was very special for them because it
Yes.
came with a banger of 18 total kills. 18 kills and Booyah itself means that they have like 30 points. 12 points for the Booyah, 18 kills, and the 18 points. That's a big statement. Now, when you have Alpha, Mia, Arc, and Top Star, there's only two slots remaining, which means Raptors, VIP, GOAT, only two of these 3 to 4 teams are going to come up on top. And you got to feel bad for a team like Oris Esports. Like every other time, Oris Esports did manage to come up on top, did manage to give a big consistency. But the talking point arises where they were just not able to get the most number of elimination point. And I think this is where it went wrong for Arc.
Hmm.
Arc were hidden back there in the glue wall. They got themselves exposed and VIP was completely explosive. So I think my top four is definitely going to be Alpha Mia, Team Arc, Team Topstar, and Team VIP. But the fifth team is going to be a big talking point because New Squad out of nowhere came out to be real explosive. And man, they completely dominated the entire last map unless Team Topstar happened to really rule out the entire game.
There is a possibility that these teams would be, clutching their way up in the scoreboard and does not get. I mean, we should not get surprised if we see couple of those names on top of the leaderboard. We'll wait for the scoreboard and talk more about the same and these teams. But as soon as we saw that, Alpha Mia and the other team got eliminated, that kind of became the path for the rest of the teams to clutch it through. Kind of felt bad for Black Cartel and NAKAZAKI-ES and the manner with which they have been shot down in the game. I wanted to see Jaguars and Shift as well to move further, but when we play in the mode of a battle royale, all of these scenarios are possible, and it is slightly difficult to anticipate which team would exactly be victorious.
Exactly. And I mean, Team Alpha have been real, statement giver. Like, I believe that's the only team, right, that performed in three map.
Yes.
And in three map, they had 66 points. In the
Hmm.
next two map, they had only 1 or maybe 2 points. So, like, they have been the only one who might have played for three maps out of five, but they are still one of the top contenders for the number one spot. And when it comes down that how, like other teams eventually are going to crawl their way back up, it comes
Hmm.
down to a combination of your domination with your placement
Ooh.
point. But as I mentioned, Topstar ending the day with a banger booyah and an 18 kill points. There's nothing which stops them and their qualification. Because I did told, if
Hmm.
you want to qualify for top five, you need 55 points.
Hmm.
11 points is an average that you want to have to qualify for the top five in the number of maps you play. So
Hmm.
they had 31 points. 30 points, which means they have 61. New squad having 21 points is a big surprise yet again. VIPs again are going to be someone explosive, but you know what? Champions tonight are Alpha, and they have completely made a statement right here. They were the first team to get eliminated, if you remember, in the last map,
Yes.
but that does not matter because it did not really came down to them getting dethroned from that number one position. The team which started off the day with 1 point and 15th spot came all the way up towards the number one position. And man, they cannot be a beautiful Cinderella story than that. As I mentioned, it's just a matter of 1, 2 points, and that's what we get to see. Our team at the 65,
Ooh.
VIP with 65, a top star. That Booyah got them the top five, or else if that wasn't a Booyah or 18 finishes, it was
Hmm.
surely Goat Team and Raptors. But Oris Esports, look at the setback which they had. Only 3 points, and that's all they needed to come at the top five. But this was a real close game, and what an epic night it was at the Arena Esports.
See, while the other teams have been, either moving towards the top positions or somewhere towards the bottom corners, Team Goats is one of the team who have consistently maintained their position either at number 5 or number 6. Now that kind of surprised me as well. Alpha Mia, Arc Team, and VIP, obviously the top three teams along with Top Star, clutching their way through with those successful third-party kind of fights, or be it the clutches which they have performed. The other team which I was looking further was Raptors with 56 total points for now, but I felt as if they kind of missed out a little bit. Otherwise, there could have been a very good tough competition for Alpha Mia. Nevertheless, whenever we saw Alpha Mia and Arc Team heading on attack with each other, that have been quite entertaining and fabulous. Felt sad a little bit for Jaguar Ship, Hawks, New Squad, Black Cartel, 7A9, and Legend Max. Have to see how these teams would be, performing in the later stages or in other tournaments. Best wishes for them. But for now, from these top teams, we'll be seeing few of them moving further, and for the rest, it's kind of an end journey.
I mean, completely. And like, you gotta be happy for the teams that actually made it. And Alpha, who went all the way up towards the grand finale directly. Number one spot, and that's great. Arc Team, VIP, Top Stars, and none other than Raptors are again gonna fight up in the playoffs. They will surely have a chance, but yes, it's gonna be a tough route. And I
True.
mean, with that, like, it's an interesting roadmap. I think this was not just the beginning of the year 2024, but it was also just the start, I believe. For esports, you had the Arena Esports. There are going to be some explosive actions coming down your way. Many of these tournaments are going to be open qualifiers plus invited, so you yourself can get yourself participated in such high stake games, compete up against the best, and get a chance to grab some of the biggest prize pool out there, especially when you are in the Middle East region. You got the entire opportunity there with some big bag of money to grab if you have what it takes to come at the number one spot. But for now, really, it's been a pleasure joining here at the Arena Esports, and I think I couldn't congratulate more to all of the teams who made it into the top five, and also to the team who just fall short by few points. But yes, talking about the prize pool, a total of $1,500, which is going to be the overall prize pool. The team that comes at the number one spot will get 500, while the
That's
second
for today.
is going to be up with 350. No matter whatever the case is, if you are at the top positions, you surely get some chunk of that entire prize pool.
Just a little correction here. The total prize pool is 500,000 AED, and 1,500 is for this particular day, and it would be drilled down. And also in the comment section, we see Arena Esports have mentioned a comment saying that get ready to register and participate. Win from the total prize pool of AED 500,000. And for more information, please visit the site arenaesports.ae to get the details and move further. Now we saw the qualifier stage here. Now waiting for the teams which have proceeded towards the playoffs. From there, we'll see the grand final matches between the 12 teams who would be conquering through the situations. Now qualifiers to grand finals, we see Team Alpha Mia for sure. Then the other one is Joko Force, then Great Stars and Alpha Mia. So Team Alpha and Team Alpha Mia, the first monthly finals and so on.
Exactly, and two alphas clashing up, all set to go up against each other. It's gonna be an epic road to finals. While Joker Force and the side of Great Stars are gonna be watching out for the playoffs too.
Yep.
Congratulations to these four teams because they had a real tough battle. They stood out of the odds and came all the way in. But the qualifiers, the road to qualifiers and the playoffs are going to be all of these teams which we are currently seeing, and to be decided are also going to be some of those teams which you are currently seeing. It's going to be a total of, I believe, 12 teams who will get also a chance, and they have to prove themselves up till they make it to the playoffs. And then through the playoffs, it's not going to be for too long that we will surely have the other teams as well who will be joining our top four teams in the entire stages. I believe we'll be getting a total of 8 teams out of all of these teams in the playoffs who will join the 4 teams who are there at the grand finals, totaling up to a 12-team grand finale. But nonetheless, good luck to all of these teams who have been really grinding all their way up to the top. Top Star definitely going to be so proud to find themselves being one of the teams out of all odds. They came up from a 12th spot to the top 4 spot and now are just one more, I think, stage away from being in the grand finals. But as you mentioned, the prize pool was for the day which we had to witness today, which means that no matter what, Team Top Stars, Raptors, VIP, and our team might not have, won the grand finale slot, but hey, they do have some good prize pool chunk to really be happy about.
Absolutely. And amongst, I mean, from the 1500, that's in per day, it would be drilled down and would be distributed amongst the winners and the runners. Now, couple of these teams which I'm looking further are Police, Team GG, Thunder Squad. I have witnessed their play in the earlier matches as well. Not to forget about the rest of the teams, and have to see how they would be performing in those playoffs. That would be even more explosive. Now, if your thoughts are that, in the qualifier stages that you witnessed some thunderous play from these games and from these teams, but look at those playoffs and then you can say that, those matches are something which couldn't be talked for a lot more.
Exactly, but I think it's been a great evening. It's been a pleasure, yeah, and I feel this new year couldn't have been a better. We couldn't have been having
Better
a
start.
better start as a caster than to be here, witness an amazing free fire action, and not just to witness a one-sided action, a very immense competitive action. Like that's the potential that the Middle East regions have, and that's the level of competition, a bar that they said to the rest of the world as well. But for now, that's going to be it from me, Upcon, and alongside me, Santa. This is Esports Arena powered by Etisalat and by ENA. None other than strategic partner AD Gaming and broadcast partner Platonia. We'll be seeing you guys soon in the playoffs. Till then, have a great year ahead.